as we hear Journey's classic, Don't Stop Believing, on the speakers outside at Padua Stadium. It is time to get a new season underway. As we flick on over, there we go. Now we are on camera. I am Nathan Smee. He's Jack Smith, one of our interns. And there's Cameron Gazzo on the far side. One night into the season, a lot of fireworks last night. We'll talk about Holy Name's big victory over Normandy later. But let's talk about this game first. This has the makings to be a classic, maybe the game that we expected last year. The difference tonight compared to last year is simple. Padua was favored by 3 last year. This time around, 27-point favorites according to Drew Pastor. We'll talk about that metric in a minute, as I don't think any of us are necessarily buying into the minus 27 line. But as well, to explain what we are doing here and, well, what SmeeSports is for those who are joining us for the first time, that is a specific nod to the Alliance football fans. We are a broadcasting company that serves Cleveland with Padua and Stark County with Alliance. We are the official streaming partners of Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. So if you tune into Channel 1022 throughout the next couple of weeks, there's a good chance that you will see this re-aired a couple of times. And Alliance High School students, a good chance that you will see this on the TVs as soon as Monday. I don't know if Chelsea and Logan are going to have this edited by then, but at some point you walk around the cafeteria, you walk around the video production room, you'll see this and you'll understand where it came from. Very glad to be back with them for a second year. But going back to last year, where we did our first and, well, at this point, only football game on the channel last year, a 34-6 road victory for Padua. A big reason why they won that game, Rod and Nick. Jack, I'll toss it to you as you've been at Padua for a long time now. You lose so many guys last year. Connor Williams, Rod Love, Nick Barker. How do you go about replacing them?
You know, it's gonna be interesting this year for Padua. You know, you got a guy seeing the field in the backfield with Chase Weiser and Landon Hanover as the quarterback and running back duo back there. It's gonna be interesting to see how they perform. This is the first time that they've really started in a game like this before, but I'm expecting them to play well. You know, they've been in the system for the last 4 years. They're not transfers. They've been here since freshman year. Been here with Kubit the last 3. This is 3rd season now, correct? Yeah. So, you know, I'm excited to see how they do. You know, the receiving core is a little different this year.
Apologize, it appears that audio source is low, so we will make the switch of microphones during the break to a different one. But Cam, real quick, before we do take that quick intermission, a big thing for the Aviators, no Bo Davis. You've seen a lot of football. How do you go about replacing a quarterback that you replaced halfway through the year, but the difference is the guy now has a full off season, a full year as the main guy?
I mean, it's definitely interesting to see, but just like you said, replacing a mid-year and kind of having that experience and then to go through all of that off-season training, as you know, you're the quarterback one, you kind of train more like that and you kind of develop more skills like that. So I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see them tonight, but I feel the quarterback play is hopefully going to be pretty steady if you're Alliance.
And it should be. When we return, we're going to break down the teams from last year and see what they need to do heading into this brand new season. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then, looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Gyro, Euro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. All right, let's try this again. We are back on here at Padua Stadium for the SmeeSports Pregame Show. It's been a good day so far. Nice day outside. And that should give us a very bright evening, at least, to begin. We do apologize for the audio issues. That has been a prevalent theme as we are still working through the new equipment that we just got. So hopefully once we're on the actual camera more, we will have those issues go away. And on top of that, we did lose connection for a slight moment. So hopefully that is now figured out. We'll try and make some changes after the pregame show is over. But heading on into segment number 2, this is where we're going to talk about the team from last year, break down what went right, what went wrong, and what we're going to see from these guys this year. So we'll start with the home team, the Padua Bruins. A great campaign, 8-6, all the way to the regional final, bowing out to a very talented Toledo Central Catholic, who actually has a great game tonight against Walsh Jesuit. If you're Padua, you have a lot of guys to replace. We already talked about a guy like Brady Devore, who has come back and is ready to be a second-year starter. But the guys that are coming in for the first time, out of those guys, who has to step up the most tonight if the Bruins are to be successful?
I would definitely say it has to be Jose Caban or Reed Cervenka. New receivers you're bringing in. Reed obviously replaces Riley, who was a fantastic receiver for the Bruins over the last couple of years. Jose's going to come in. He's a tall, athletic dude. He's going to be a great receiver for us. I think that's going to be something we're going to have to establish early is the passing game. The running game we're going to have to fall back on. It's going to be tough without a guy like Rod Love, who's been fantastic for the Bruins over the years. But I think it's definitely going to start with those two new faces in the receiving room for the Padua.
And Cam, your thoughts?
I think it's all about quarterback play. I mean, quarterback, he's got to steer the ship, right? He's the one delivering the balls. He's the one handing it off. So I think if you have good quarterback play, you limit those turnovers with the new guy in there. I mean, no more Nick Barker. You limit the turnovers with the new guy in there, you should set yourself up pretty good on your way to a win.
The big question that I have for Padua this season, this is year number 3 for Coach Kuwit. He has done a great job so far. Year number 1, 4-6. Inches short of a playoff berth against Walsh Jesuit, a tough loss in 2023. Then last year, a regional final trip. 12-12 record overall. Everything pretty much is split right down the middle. So what becomes the outlier in year number 3? Does he repeat from last year and make it back to the regional final? Or is this going to be another 4-6 year? Which is more likely?
I would definitely say I could see another playoff run occurrence happening again. I think this is a good team. Very underestimated, I think. Like I said, this team's been together for a while. They know each other. I think Landon will do a good job tonight. I think he'll do a good job moving forward. I expect another probably around 5-5 season, but I think that is one thing that Padua's been good at over the last few years, is surprising a lot of people in the playoffs. And I expect something similar again this season.
Yeah, I kind of expect some of the same, probably around that 5-5 season mark, maybe a game difference here or there, but relatively, I see Padua probably sneaking into the playoffs and maybe trying to cause them a little Cinderella run, trying to see if they can cause some havoc.
And sneaking is going to be the perfect word to describe it. From 16 teams down to 12 we go in the OHSAA playoffs. It is going to be interesting to see where they do rank when it is all said and done. And something else to note, a lot of new teams this year. Big Walnut's the big one. They did a great job last year in Division II. That's going to be a tough game to play over in Sunbury. You have Bedford going from a preseason game to a regular season contest. You have the revenge game potentially for the Bengals of Benedictine next weekend. That is going to be big, as there were so many caustic things in that game. The big ones being Nick Barker and Connor Williams, former Bengals, saying au revoir to a lot of their fellow seniors in the playoffs, and that was big. We all saw the fallout on social media after that happened, as that was one of the more intriguing things that came from the 2024 playoffs. Now let's talk about the Aviators. We've talked a lot about Padua so far, but let's talk about the boys from Stark County Alliance. They have one state title in their history. That was in 1958. I believe, I could be wrong, that is when legendary Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Len Dawson was calling the shots. He has a big mural in the gym named after Harry Phillips, another legend of the Aviators. On top of that, he is on the banner when you enter the city of Alliance, along with Mount Union and then the Carnations, as it is the Carnation City. But last year, they were, I believe, 3-7. With two of those wins came late on in the year. A win on the road at Minerva, and then the backyard brawl at home, 47-10 over the Marlington Dukes. A little bit too late in the end. But can they take that momentum? That's a big thing that Coach Goodman has talked about. Can they take that momentum and bring it into game one of the next season?
You know, I definitely think they can, especially like you said, when you kind of switch quarterbacks mid-year and then you have that guy play out as your starter for the rest, and you go into the offseason, you know, with that quarterback one mentality, and then kind of riding off those 2 wins late. You're trying to keep it pushing, and I guess if you want to count winning streak from last season, but you kind of want to quote-unquote continue the streak of continuing winning and having that offense and a lot of your starters returning as well. So I think you got to feel pretty good about yourself here, Alliance.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You know, you have a lot of guys returning. You make that quarterback switch mid-season. You give them a whole offseason now to prepare with these guys. I don't see a world where they don't continue to carry that momentum onto this season. I just hope it doesn't carry into this game. Padua can get a nice little week one victory. But I'm a homer.
And next week is Louisville. That is a rivalry. Old NBC rivals before the conference folded. Louisville went neutral. Now they're in the AAC starting in 2027 or 2026, I believe. That's the conference with Fitch and Boardman and those schools out by the Youngstown area. One more thing before we go to break. Looking at both offenses, a lot of new pieces for the Padua Bruins, a lot of the same pieces for the Aviators. I think you both agree the way that you're going to win this game is the ground game, especially if you are Alliance. As we talked about their O-line, 4 or 5 guys come back, and they are big.
Yeah, I mean, we can see it on the depth chart. I mean, they have some big boys, and I hope they don't shy when they come out running the ball, and see how that works for you.
Yeah, I think definitely for Padua as well. You know, you have some big guys up front. You got a guy like Bo Barney coming in there. He's a big dude. You know, he's going to play on both sides of the ball. But, you know, the run game's going to be a lot different this year for the Bruins. You're losing a guy like Rod Love, like I said earlier, who's been, you know, very important to this team. Now he's at ODU. You replace him with Chase Weiser and Caleb Shaw Mason as the RB2, and they're fantastic running backs. But, I mean, we haven't seen much from them. But I think that's definitely going to be important to see is how they can establish the run game, especially, you know, going up against Alliance and how that Padua defensive front does. Because, like you said, Alliance got some pretty big guys up front blocking for their run game. So it's going to be exciting to see.
Should be a fun matchup here in week one. The time is now 6:30. The student section is starting to get filled up, and Jackie will join them now. Thank you for joining us on the pregame show.
Thank you for having me.
Next up, it is going to be predictions. We're going to talk about yesterday, run through the games that we know the final scores of, talk about the one that is in progress right now, which I know, Cam, you had one way, and the rest of us had a different way. But that could definitely change as the team in question, they do have a lot of grit and grind behind them. But do not go anywhere. Predictions and keys to the game up next when we return. You are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic. Barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Once again, welcome back to Padua Stadium in Parma as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show. As we are back in the booth, he's Kam Burton. I am Nathan Smee. We will be on the call for you as well this evening for a great game between the Alliance Aviators, the visitors, and the home team, the Padua Franciscan Bruins. We talked about it yesterday. We talked about it today. Who doesn't love a good prediction? A couple of these games that we have predicted have gone final. A couple are kicking off tonight, and one in particular will begin on Saturday, and that'll be a great way to bookend week number 1. So we're going to start with it right now. Benedictine and Gilmore. Once again, I believe it is Gilmore who are 2-point underdogs against Benedictine. I had Benedictine winning that game. I think you did as well.
I had Gilmore.
But either way, it should be a close one. We will see them next week. That'll be an interesting one. We talked to Coach Wondolowski after the game yesterday, and he said they have to see us play today. We get to see them play on Saturday, and we get to go from there. And we'll talk about Holy Name and Normandy a little bit more after the predictions, as we will have plenty of extra time to spare, hopefully. Game number 2, Steele and Sandusky. Nothing crazy there. Should be a good game, but I do have Sandusky. Going down the list, Olmsted Falls Manor, another marquee matchup tonight. Strongsville, Avon Lake, a good one. One of the biggest, I will say, as I do have it in my list of 5 games to look at tonight specifically, it is the Massillon Glenville game. Nate Moore has done a great job with his squad, but so has Ted Gidd Sr. with the Tar Blooders. It's a toss-up. There's a lot of good players on both teams, but that is one that if you're checking Twitter, I would be on the lookout for, as that will give you a lot of insight into 2 teams who could easily be at the top of their divisions come December. Right below that, Canfield and West Branch. That rivalry is always big. Every single time those guys go out there and fight. Earlier on in the decade, it was all Canfield. That's when they had the likes of Brock Lowry, the now, trying to think where he went. I think Western Michigan after Indiana.
Correct.
So he is going to be in the MAC conference next year. But now Jeremiah Thomas and those guys, they are poised for a big win tonight potentially. But they do have to go on the road to Bob Dove Stadium. And going there, we saw it with Holy Name, that is not an easy environment to play in. Then you go down the list a little bit further. Fairless Sandy Valley, the first one from last night, I believe it was 50-13. Fairless was able to take down Sandy Valley in a shot game. The one kid who came back, I've heard the name offhand, but somehow in some way, the first touch of the ball, an 80-yard touchdown return. I mean, there is special, and then there's that. I mean, that is just a great, great thing for him. Now we're seeing that we have some fans in the Padua student section. I think it's fun. I'll mention this as well. We both went to Holy Name, and one of our biggest fan bases is Padua. I love that.
It's fine with me.
Very much an appreciation to Kevin Lee, the athletic director, for allowing us to stream today's game, and same to Coach Kevin Kubit for his continued support. We love being here at Padua. Both Padua and Holy Name, they're 2 of our biggest. So,
I mean, yeah, despite being rivals for 4 years in high school, you kind of take a step back afterwards, and you kind of, appreciate how much you've grown with them and, been over here at Padua, just a couple minutes from Holy Name. So, yeah.
One of the few games in action right now, Garfield Heights and Lutheran West. 2-minute warning. Lutheran West has 8. Garfield Heights has 40. Keep in mind, Drew Pastor, these guys should not be competing potentially for a state title. You look at Marquise Davis, he was one of the best players ever from Cleveland Heights. You saw that great rusher, and I'm sure he can turn somebody into the second coming of Marquise.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably definitely his goal, and you can see by his scoreboard, obviously not going well for Lou West.
From the head honcho down to the defensive coordinator from last year's Cleveland Heights Tigers, Bernard Russ. He makes his coaching debut in a couple of minutes over in Stark County at Marlington High School as his new team, the Warrensville Heights Tigers, take on the Dukes. I believe you had Marlington winning. I have Warrensville Heights in that game. But that'll be an interesting one to see, especially if the result holds over in Garfield Heights. If both coaches who coached last year for Cleveland Heights can get a win in their first game with their new school. And if so, that is going to be a great storyline heading into week number 2 and eventually heading into, I believe, week number 7 when those two foes go at it one more time as quote-unquote conference rivals, but the LEL being gone. You could say this is the farewell as we didn't get a proper farewell to the conference, a conference that was around for so long. I feel like it's fair to say this is the last year. It won't be on paper, but the Lake Erie League, it's an iconic fixture. We got to give it its proper farewell.
Yeah, it's kind of like a last hurrah, but not official last hurrah, but like you said, kind of got to give it its props for being such an iconic league.
One former member against a team that ended their time in the LEL last season. Maple Heights and Lorain, a very close one. Should be a very good matchup out in Lorain County. I believe Lorain is the host for that game. Warren Harding, Kenton McKinley, a very interesting one. They have a new head coach coming in. Spencer Leno, the head coach of Massillon Perry, one of the new Federal League head coaches. He won his first game last night. A big, I believe, 41-14 victory over Canton Central Catholic, as well prayers up to Brock Berkwin, who was stretchered off in that game. Glad to see that he is doing okay, and we pray for a speedy recovery for the excellent sophomore signal caller. Going down the list even more, the game of the week on Spectrum 1, it is Hudson and Austintown Fitch. From what I was told back in the day, maybe mid-2010s, that was a common fixture. Those schools will go at it every so often, and they're bringing it back. Should be a great game. I believe the line is Fitch by 1, so that one can easily go either way. Brunswick, Berea, Mid-Park, I would say pretty self-explanatory. Whichever team wins, I don't think is really going to shock us, but we'll see what happens there. And then game number 15, the final one on the list, Stowe and Medina should be a good one. But once again, I think that's pretty straightforward that it will pretty much be a good win for the Battling Bees. And then going to our list of 5 games to look at tonight, I made this list, so Cam, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not here. Massillon Glenville's 1, St. Ed's Pick North is 2, Hudson Austintown Fitch is 3, Walsh TCC is 4, and Hoban and Harvest Prep is number 5.
Yeah, I think those are probably, like you said, 5 of the best games to look at across the state tonight. Obviously, you got some big name teams in there, but yeah, definitely could have some big playoff implications on the line tonight.
Let's bounce back to last night, Holy Name and Normandy. The way that game started was a facade to the way that game would eventually turn out. First play of the game, a muffed onside kick by the Namers, possession Normandy. But when you look at the final score, 55-12 in favor of Holy Name, you ask yourself, what happened?
Well, Holy Name's defense was absolutely lights out, except for a couple big plays by Normandy, and their offense just was really clicking on all cylinders, especially in the first quarter. Xavier Rodriguez, I believe he got it started off. He had 1 or 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then pretty much after that, they really didn't need him as much. Nick Nemeth, who happened to win player of the game, really stole the show. 2 interceptions, two touchdowns on offense, and then I believe one was a pick 6, but 6 total interceptions by the Namer defense. That'll definitely help you on your way to a win.
And then you look at Normandy. Muniak did not have his best day, but my advice to him, Ray Brown, those guys, keep your head up. It's one game. You still have 9 more opportunities to go out there and prove why you belong. You can't get too down on yourself after one game. We see it all the time. Lou West, same message to them right now, down by 32. You can't let one bad game discourage you and let the rest of your season fall apart. If that happens, then that's where great teams just fall out of the playoffs and it just spirals. If they can get back to their best next week against Ravenna, a winnable game for them, no less. I think they have a good shot to bounce back. Now, previewing week number 2, Holy Name, 21-point underdogs, but that could change on Saturday if Benedictine does win. How can you, I would say, bet that much against the Namers? You can bet against them all you want, as there is a case given how far Gilmore went in the playoffs last year. But how can you actively bet against a team that dropped 55 in week number 1?
I mean, obviously the level of opponent is definitely tougher, but yeah, I feel like it's really hard to, especially with how well you see they played last night. Just especially in that first half, just absolute onslaught, and they just kept it going even after halftime ended. But I mean, I feel like it's really tough. But again, we'll have to see how they fare tomorrow.
To wrap up the SmeeSports Pregame Show for now, 3 keys to victory for both teams. Number 1 for the Alliance Aviators, get the run game going, and a big part of that, give Ravhan Hawkins plenty of carries. 20-25 carries, I think he can average over 5 yards per carry. And if he can, 100-yard night, that should be enough. Number 2 for the Aviators, if there's a jump ball, DBs, knock it down. You have JR and Kam Burton back there. 2 great DBs, 2 speedy guys. Don't try and play hero ball against the Padua Bruins. We saw last night so many tips in the air. It's week 1. Plays like that can happen. Be fundamental and be intentional. And then number 3, ride the high of last season, but don't be overconfident. That's what we talked about with Holy Name. They can be confident heading into week number 2, but don't be boastful. Don't have that hubris that could really take you down in the end. You did great to end last season, yes. This is a new year. You lost a couple of guys. It's a new squad. You have to go and play your brand of football. As for Padua, the first thing, get Hanover going quickly. If that's a check down game for the quarterback, so be it. And that's a game that hands off a lot to Weiser, a lot of screens like last night for Jamison, you go with it. Anything to get him in an early rhythm. Number 2, rely on both sides of the line. You have big guys on the O-line and D-line. The D-line is monstrous as well. You have a different setup, 3-5-3. Trust the guys in the front of the box to make something happen, and then the guys in the back can fill in and take over. You could say it's a box, but really in that case it's more of a, I would say, kind of a trapezoid?
More or less.
Something along those lines. And then the third thing for Padua, get in field goal range often. They have an excellent kicker, one of the best in the area, and we will see him tonight. Caleb Zolkowski, the senior. I believe Cleveland.com had them in their top 10. Maybe 45 yards out, so get down to that 35-yard line. If your drive stalls, bring them out there. 2 or 3 field goals, you can use that to give yourself an extra possession or 2 to get the offense truly going as a coherent unit. Any closing thoughts?
No, I just feel like this is shaping up to be a good game. It's going to be a hot one. Definitely a lot warmer, I feel like, than it was yesterday, but hopefully the shade comes in towards the end.
Good crowd filling out down below us in the Padua Bruins student section. But this has been the SmeeSports Pregame Show. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee. Stay with us as we will have the call for you starting in around 10 minutes. Should be a good one. It's week 1 of the OHSAA football season. Football is back, and so are we here at SmeeSports. After a 3-7 2024 season, here come the Alliance Aviators for the first time in 2025. A lot of the same characters returning to do it again. As for the Padua Franciscan Bruins, a whole new cast of characters, and here they come for the first time here in Parma. For the first time once again since their magical run to the regional final. It is Padua and Alliance football up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one, it's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscaroras. He's the point, and it's alive, hits and pushes it over, unbelievable. We play on, it's blocked, we're tied, unbelievable.
Good evening from Padua Stadium in Parma, Ohio. This is OHSAA Football on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Today it is the visitors from Stark County, the Alliance Aviators, looking for redemption after a 34-6 loss to the Padua Bruins last year in week number 1. He's Kam Burton. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. This is OHSAA Football once again on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Great to have you with us once again, Cam. Second game in a row for us football-wise to begin the year. One of 3 doubleheaders we have. This game looks to be a great one.
Yeah, I mean, this game's shaping out to be a really good one. Like you said, Alliance trying to avenge their loss last year, but Padua trying to do the same thing.
Last time the Bruins were on the field, they lost in big fashion to eventual Final Four runner-ups. I believe they lost in the semifinals. The Toledo Central Catholic squad. For the first time at home since then, they kick off, and we are underway in Parma. The sun is blazing, and here come the Aviators. Return initiated inside the 5, and there is some extra room. It's a good return to get the season underway, and J.R. Jackson will have solid field position at around the 30-yard line to begin his 2025 senior campaign.
Yeah, pretty good return there, like you said. Able to get out around the 30, 35-yard line, but still, pretty good return. Way to follow his blocks, almost able to sneak it out there.
And now it is J.R. Jackson, the senior, coming out of the field once again. 6'1", 170. He wasn't the starting quarterback last year. He was a wideout. In the middle of the season, Bo Davis was taken out of the QB1 role, and he was replaced by J.R. And the senior, known more for his basketball exploits, looks to give his Aviators one final good season before he is done. He will pass to begin the campaign. It is caught in the flat, and Blair is taken down immediately. A quick takedown by the Bruins defense.
Very good block shed out there. Kind of a nice little swing pass out there, but Padua's having none of that.
Gain of 1 on the play, and that tackle came from one of the few returners, Brady Devore. Devore, a captain for these Padua Bruins, and you see why. An excellent play like that, he is a great leader who leads by example on the field. But as expected, J.R. Jackson taking the short approach to begin the campaign. He'll have an empty backfield as Blair motions through for 2nd down and 9. Quarterback keeper for Jackson, and he is going to break one ankle tackle, breaks a second, and he will pinball off of an O-lineman, gaining a couple on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and long for the Aviator offense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really hate that play there. Just broke a couple of little leg tackles like you said, but able to break through them, but not much there on that play.
2 plays and not much else going for the for the Alliance offense. 4 yards so far. Empty set in the backfield once again on 3rd down and 6. And the Padua Bruins below us are allowed to begin their season. Jackson dropping back. The lefty plays it up the field, and it is incomplete, out of the reach of his intended targets.
Just maybe a yard or 2 far downfield, but wow, that was very, very close.
Intended for Blair, and if he would have caught that, it's a house call.
100%. I mean, just like I said, almost had him in step, overthrew him by maybe 1 or 2 yards, but beat his defender, and that was probably the right call, just a little bit too much on it.
And no Ravhan Hawkins on that first drive. So we'll see what happens with him. But after a 3-and-out, the Aviators will relinquish possession. Devore, the return man, calls poison, and he will let it roll inside their own 15. to around the 13-yard line, and that is where the Aviators will down the ball, and that will now give an opportunity for the new starting quarterback, Landon Hanover, to begin his time as the signal caller for the Padua Bruins. A big night for Hanover. We saw a quarterback in Jacob Muniak make his debut last night for Normandy. What does Hanover have to do tonight to have a successful debut under center, replacing Nick Barker?
I think he's just got to try and do what he's told, kind of play more of a facilitator role in the offense, try not to do too much. Just kind of do what he's asked, hand the ball off here and there. Probably start off with a couple of nice swing passes and a nice couple of easy checkdowns to get him going, at least in this game.
Once again, Padua pretty much having a full new cast of characters. One to note, though, same last name, different player. It's Reed Cervenka, not Riley, on the field for the Bruins. Hanover will throw. His pass is caught. It is Miday, and he is down as he makes the play. It is a solid pickup on the first pass of the career of Hanover as the starter.
Yeah, just a nice, simple, easy hitch right there. Good check down. Catch the pass. Good timing right when you hit that back at the drop step. So exactly what you want to see from your quarterback.
I think we'll see a lot more of that as this game progresses for Padua. It's about building confidence for Hanover, and it starts now. So 2nd down and 3 after the pickup of 7 to number 7. And we will have some whistles. No flags flying, so this could be some kind of malfunction of equipment. I think that's what it's going to be, as they're going to force somebody off the field. I believe that is Caden Sanders, one of the exciting newcomers to this Aviator defense. I believe he will step in pretty much for Carter Fast. Not too many guys leaving the Alliance program, but that is one of the ones they lost. Handoff on the sweep, and the cutback is not enough to go anywhere. Weiser stopped on his first carry of the season, and that will move things back a little bit for Hanover and the offense. Speaking of Fast, it's Brody Fast that time. One of 3 Fast brothers who have played for these Aviators. That is a true football family over in A-Town. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 4. Still manageable.
Yeah, still pretty good down and distance here if you're Padua. I would probably pass it here.
It is going to be a trip set with the strength over towards the near side. Hand over the lefty, looking to throw, running out of time. He is stripped. The ball is down. And we will see who comes up with it. It does appear the Bruins get it. A tough play there. Maybe if we had replay, we could see if that was forward progress on the throw or not. I think he got stripped.
I think he got stripped too.
And it'll be Alliance and Padua trading 3 and outs to begin the season. Not exactly how they wanted to get the ball rolling, but both defenses doing a great job early.
Yeah, both defenses really showing out, making it hard for either offense to really get anything going.
Now that'll bring out the punt team for the Bruins. And unless this is a booming punt, it is going to be great field position for the Alliance Aviators. Punt is away, and it looks to be shallow. Taken in at around the 40, and here come the Alliance Aviators. Excellent block in the back. There's the flag.
Yep.
Heavy hit, but too hard of a hit. That'll bump the Aviators back. A solid return by Kam Burton, the senior, but it won't matter.
Yeah, like you said, very solid return, but that was a pretty obvious block in the back right there.
Yeah, that was just, I don't know how you describe that hit. That was not at all what you want to see, but there it is. Boom. That's completely the blind side. So that'll hurt the Aviators a little bit. We've seen them once. What needs to change here on drive number 2?
I think you got to run the ball more. Only saw it last time. Only 1 run with JR. Was still a pretty good run. Broke a couple of tackles, but still, I feel you got to run the ball more with your running backs.
Last year, Alliance averaged just over 21 points per game, 21.4 to be exact, in a total of 10 games as they missed the playoffs with a 3-7 record. And at the end of the campaign, that's when they started winning 41-7 over Minerva and 47-10 over the Marlington Dukes in weeks 9 and 10. And that's what we talked a little bit about in pregame, taking the momentum from 2025, or from 2024 rather, and bringing it into the new year. And they will have a longer field in front of them than desired, as they will bump this one all the way back to the Aviator 33. 1st down and 10 for Alliance. Jackson has a back on either side and a tight end behind the right tackle. Jackson keeps it, has some room off to the left side, and he is loose down the far side. There goes J.R. Jackson, one man to beat, and he will step out on his own terms. The first down of the season for either team, and it is J.R. Jackson using his immense speed.
Wow, what a play.
J.R. Jackson, one of the fastest guys in Stark County, one of the fastest quarterbacks in Stark County, and there it is for the first time today. He unhitches the trailer, and he was off to the races. And you see it on the far side, just takes him season. Hawkins, a senior, 5'6", 165, 759 yards last year, has offers from the likes of Baldwin Wallace and Mount St. Joseph. So some Division III schools looking at him. And now that will bring up 2nd down and 5. Jackson taking his time, will hands off. It is going to be Hawkins, and he is unable to get much. Another modest gain for Hawkins. And that will now set up 3rd down. We do apologize. It looks like the internet is down, and it's trying to come back here. And that's a tough thing. They're doing some construction behind. So we're hoping to get some connection back here shortly. And it looks like that we have something for the time being. Once again, we do apologize for this. It looks like we are back on the air. 3rd down and 2. Handoff up the middle, and he is going to be stuffed. A helmet will fly. Not much there, but it is a big tackle up the middle, and the Bruins are fired up.
I think they're going to keep him on and go for it. They might.
Early on in the year, it's a big call, but it's a call that might be good for this time. It is going to be 4th and 2 at the 15. A big potential turning point early on in this game, Cam. And we'll see how they do manage it here. 4th down and 2. Now halfway through the opening frame. Jackson will keep it himself, running to his right. He will throw. Pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Blair. And it is a turnover on downs.
I mean, just right through his hands.
JR did a great job getting out of the pocket, rolling out to his right, able to get it to his man, but just right through the hands.
Yeah, right to the hands. Not what you want to see if you're a Lions, but I mean, that one big play, that 44-yard run by JR, really got to be in the back of their minds right now. I mean, that's pretty much where all of their offenses come from. Outside of that, no team has gotten a 1st down.
And as we flip sides, this is going to be very interesting. 2nd drive, if you're Padua, what do you do? Early twitch is on the line, nothing called. Quarterback keep, Hanover will take it. And he is able to stumble forward for a gain of a couple.
Hanover on the carry for the Bruins. Breon Edwards on the stop.
That was Edwards on the tackle for the Aviators. And they're going to say it's a gain of 3, bringing up 2nd down and 7. A lot of small plays so far, and the clock has just continued to tick. But Cam, in comparison to yesterday, we're going to get out of here a lot earlier.
Thank you.
Assuming that does actually remain the parting line.
Now that you said that, we won't.
5:15 and counting left to go here in quarter number 1. Hanover looking to throw. His pass in the flats is caught. And they're going to get some extra yardage on the play. A nice stutter step and move forward on the far side. That is Brady Devore once again. And it is a Padua Bruin 1st down. Cash Brisker ended up bringing down Devore in the end. But enough for a Padua 1st down. It moves the chains, and now they have one under their belts. And it does appear that we do have an injury timeout on the far side. So as he is attended to, we will step aside on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Back on at Padua Stadium in Parma. We just had an injury timeout, and the injured player able to get off of the field. 5:05 left to go in quarter number 1. As we will have the camera moving once again here in a second, as we did have some technical difficulties during the break. Handoff up the middle. Not much going. He stumbles down, and it looks like a not so nice shove after the play was done. This could be a case of brewing animosity that progresses through the game. We really didn't see tempers flare up too much last night, but that could easily happen here.
Yeah, I mean, especially with how this game's going so far. Excuse me. A lot of like smash mouth football, a lot of running the ball up the middle, and you're gonna come face to face with a lot of players.
Last year, the teams combined had 40, and we'll see if they get actually close to that tonight. But if it's smash mouth, I don't know if that is going to be the case. And just seeing how much time these teams are taking in between snaps, that could definitely be a factor. Hand over the lefty, looking to throw. Not much time as the pocket collapses. Launches it, and it is incomplete. Almost picked off.
Good defensive work by the wide receiver, number 9 for Padua. Good job. He turned into a DB there and tried to swat it away.
That was Johnny Belts, the linebacker, almost coming up with the big interception. Belts, a senior, 1 fumble recovery last year, 13 solo tackles, 15 assisted, 28 total last year. And he comes in 5'6", 160 pounds, so not at all a bad build for an outside linebacker. A lot of speed there. So now 3rd down and 9. Padua getting lucky, and they're very lucky still to have possession of the football. Hanover will try it again, losing time as he is rushed up the middle, flushed out to the near side, and he will take himself out of the game. It's an excellent hit. It should go down as a sack, and that will send the ball back to the Aviators. And it will go down as a sack as they will move the line of scrimmage back 7 yards. So a big hit, I believe, looking at the roster. That may have been Burton who crashed down. But once again, a drive stalls. Both teams have had the ball twice. Alliance the closer of the 2 to scoring, but nothing quite yet.
Alliance had really good pass rush so far.
And up the middle, especially, that's a surprise, as that is where more of the experience is for the Bruins. Solkowski will send it away. It is a shallow punt. Poison is called, and they will have it at midfield. No blocks in the back this time. It is a way shorter field for the Alliance Aviators, and we will see their offense when we return. You are watching OHSAA Football on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Welcome back to Padua Stadium. Pass over the middle. It is caught by Kam Burton, and here he comes up the middle inside the hashes. He is down past the 30 at around the 26. It is another big play for the Aviators, and there is a chance that this is the drive that the offense finally gets the job done.
Yeah, very, very good pass over the middle right there. Excellent way to start your drive.
Gain of 25 on the reception from Cameron Burton. Burton, year number 2 as an Aviator. After his sophomore year, he transferred out of Canton McKinley to become an Aviator. And he has had a lot of opportunities, not only in football, but in basketball and baseball. 3-sport athlete for the Aviators. Fast going off of the left tackle on 1st down and 10 at the 26. QB keeper off to the left side. Jackson cuts upfield, and he is taken down from behind.
Jackson on the end around for the Aviators. Stopped on the play by number 7, Athan Miday.
And once again, it is Miday on the tackle. We're hearing a lot of the returners' names tonight, and I think that is what we expected.
Pretty much. I mean, they got experience from playing last year, so expect them to be all over the field today or tonight, excuse me, and so far that's held true.
So 2nd down and 5 for the Alliance Aviators. And the clock continues to roll in quarter number 1. 2:45 remaining. We saw a big pass set up the Aviators. We could see J.R. Jackson try it again. Instead, flags will fly, and good thing they do, as that was a very high snap.
Yeah.
That snap coming from Aaron Syme, the senior, 6'3", 305. I believe he is the biggest player on the Aviator O-line. And that'll bump back Alliance. This game has been broken down pretty simply for us. Big play or big break, and then a bad break.
Yeah, let's see how Alliance responds after this false start.
They're going to need to make something happen here. So back to where they started. 2nd down and 10. Fake handoff, pass caught over the middle, and this could be close to the end zone. It will be down at the 5. A nice play from J.R. Jackson, getting it out quickly. Gain of around 20. And that went to Tajay Nicholson.
Another great ball, just great timing right there. Right as the receiver came over the middle of the field. Johnson just able to pull it out and make a good throw.
Excellent play action work with Hawkins as well. But Tajay Nicholson, one of the members of the video production career tech program over at Alliance High School. Handoff, Hawkins, left side, bounces up the gut, and he is in for the touchdown. Ravhan Hawkins punches it in for 6 from 6 yards out, and the Aviators strike first on the road. Nice carry by Ravhan Hawkins. We have been waiting to hear his name tonight, and when we finally get a big play from him, it's a house call.
Yeah, just a great drive offensively from the Aviators. Just 2 good passes and then a couple of runs here and there, and obviously that rush to get him into the end zone.
Once again, the 27-point underdog striking first, and they are going to enjoy that touchdown. 6-0, and now here comes the extra point attempt. It is JR, and JR's kick is no good. I did not know J.R. Jackson was the place kicker. An interesting move, but unable to get the extra point. Still, the story shows the Aviators at least enjoying it for the time being. Ravhan Hawkins, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. But unfortunately, on the block, the extra point no good. 6-zip, Alliance on top of Padua.
Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and we would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to all of our broadcast sponsors today, and a special way to Ledgewood Barbershop for being our broadcast presenter, and CrossFit Strongsville for being our player of the game presenter. As well, we welcome Heather Prince from Howard Hanna to our sponsorship team, and she is going to be sponsoring Alliance, Marlington, and Minerva content this fall. Welcome to the team, Heather. We are glad to have you. For our Aviator fans, her son Apollo was on the boys soccer team last year. He just moved into Mount Union today. So Apollo, if you are listening, best of luck to you this year at Mount Union. I'll be joining him on campus tomorrow, but had to stay here for this one. Jackson sends it away. It will go to the 30, and it is a quick knee taken. Not surprised. That was a weird line drive.
Yeah, not the traditional kickoff that you normally see.
Trying to see who that went to. That went to Vetrick, the junior.
I know him. I know of their family quite well. They went to St. Ambrose, so.
I believe there was one in our grade as well.
There was.
That's what
I think she's at Ohio State now.
I don't know if you're right. I'm just going to agree with you.
I am right.
Looking forward to our broadcast schedule next week. Alliance fans, sorry, we start with Marlington on Monday. It is the Dukes taking on Massillon Perry in a girls soccer game. 7 p.m. kickoff at Marlington Middle School. We will have one of the Marlington Video Production Career Tech students with us for that game. Looking forward to partnering with them and Channel 1022 for the second year in a row. The Bruins going to try the offensive thing again. 2 drives, nothing going quite yet. Hanover will take the snap and keep it himself, taking it up the left hash. And he is able to get a couple on the play. Lowers the shoulder, a bold move for a quarterback, but he was not afraid of the contact.
Yeah, definitely not afraid of the contact. A lot of hard contact going in there. Michael, do they even have a first down? I know, obviously, Alliance just got multiple. They do, okay.
Devore got it.
Correct, okay.
So that'll set up 2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3. 6-0 your score, and for those who watched last year, the Aviators have tied their points tally from last year's game. Just putting that out there to show where we are in regard to last year already. There's going to be a bunch over to the left side. An Aviator does jump the count. Hanover takes it again, and he is going to be stopped. A better gain this time, and I think that is going to be close to the line to gain, but not close enough. They're going to say he is 2 yards shy of the marker. So a gain of 5 on the play. But another good run. It appears that QB keepers are starting to become the choice play, very similar to Normandy of old.
Yeah, I mean, but still a very, very manageable 3rd and 2 here. Have a lot of options that you can do, but it's the key thing of trying to keep those chains moving. Got to stay on schedule.
3rd down and 2, so a manageable spot for the Padua Bruins. Depending on how they mortgage this, with 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter, this could be the final play of the opening frame. Hanover going to take it again up the middle. He has room. He is through, and he has a first down, and he is into Aviator territory. One of the first big explosive plays of the day for the Padua Bruins, and they needed that, and the fans are loving it.
Yes, they did, and I mean, just a big stiff arm at the end of the run there as well.
And looking at the clock, 20 seconds. Coach Kubit, he wants one more play, it looks like. There's the call into Hanover. 14 seconds and counting. Do you run one more, or do you just flip?
I think you just flip. It looks like they're probably going to do the same. I mean, 5. Yeah, and they look to be in no rush to run this play.
And that will do it for the opening 12 minutes at Padua Stadium. It is the Visitors Alliance up 6-0 on the Bruins. You are watching OHSAA Football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors and be back on in a minute for the second quarter. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Quarter number 2 about to get underway here at Padua Stadium, the home of the Padua Bruins. Behind us, it is a construction zone, Cam, as they're building their new $16 million gymnasium. Looking forward to seeing that in action in a couple of years. Hanover dropping back on the first play of the second quarter. He will air it out to a wide-open Devore. It is caught. No, he dropped it. In and out of the breadbasket. Devore almost had the big play, but came up just short.
Wow, just came up short.
The second cannon falling just short of the day. The first one was to Blair. That time it goes over towards Devore. And just like the first one to Blair, in and out of the hands. And it wouldn't be an Alliance Aviator event if Jeff Graffis, the head coach of the baseball team, isn't there. And he is now on the Padua sideline for some reason. Don't know what Coach Graffis is doing on the side, but either way, glad to have him here in Parma. For those who know Coach Graffis, there is no surprise there. He is a fun guy to interview and a fun guy to be around in general. Second down and 10 for the Padua Bruins offense. Pass will be high, and it is going to be dropped. Off of Devore, then off of Fast, and then to the ground it goes.
I mean, almost a great catch, almost an even better interception. And like you said, ball falls to the turf.
It wasn't the worst throw from Hanover. Devore just couldn't bring it in, and you'll see it on the replay here. Just a really obscure sequence. 1-2, all of a sudden up to 5 bobbles, and then it hits the turf. Kind of like last night. That seems to be a prevalent thing in week 1 across the board. So third down and 10 for the Padua Bruins. They are in enemy territory, but just barely. And now flags will fly.
That's got to be a false start.
And that'll make it 3rd and 15 for the Bruins.
False start on the Bruins.
And we'll see what they end up trying to do with this. You're going to have to air it out, but who do you go to?
I'd say probably try and do the same thing. Maybe try and do a little nice screen pass here. I mean, if you set up the blocks nice, especially if Alliance happens to send a blitz at the right time, or at the wrong time for them, I mean.
But right now the Aviators playing an excellent game. I think this is going to be a classic case of keeping it close in the first half, putting your foot on the gas at the end of the second half and winning it that way. Keep in mind, it was a manageable, I think, like 14-6 in the final 2 minutes last year in the first half, and then that's when Padua changed things. Hanover, a long launch up the field. It is incomplete, and I think flags will fly.
Yes, they are.
It'll be pass interference on the far side, and the Bruins will get bailed out. And once again, I will say this sun is not great.
No, it's very difficult to see, especially when it's right in her view, and still a ways to go before it goes down.
And you can only imagine on that far side the receivers trying to make a catch. Just right, especially if they have a visor, right into the visor. It's like a prism reflecting light right into their eyes.
Well, if you're on the far side, it shouldn't be too as bad, but if you're trying to catch something on this near side here, definitely very, very tough.
Over the shoulder, potentially, if you're trying to go in stride.
Correct.
That could be the issue over there. But it'll be a first down for the Bruins. And it will be at the Alliance 37. Hanover getting some help from penalty flags moving up the field. Another QB keeper. Flags will fly once more. And Hanover won't get much. He is taken down quickly. Brady Fast takes him down. Once again, there is a flag, but either way, a great stop by the potential Mount Union Purple Raider in the near future. That is one of the biggest schools after Fast signature.
The flag is a sideline warning against the Bruins.
Sideline warning against the Padua. There was already a sideline warning earlier against Alliance as well.
So what exactly are they doing?
Loss of 2 on the run.
And I think they're just going to decline it, and they will. So second down and 12.
Well, I believe the first penalty for a sideline warning is just a warning. No yardage attached to it, and then second and third, I believe there is yardage attached.
Handoff goes up the middle, and it is going to not go too far. Again, have a couple on the play.
Hanover on the carry for the Bruins, stopped on the
And once again, it is going to be Hanover. Fast. He has been everywhere, and yet another tackle.
Gain of 3 brings up a 3rd and 9.
We've just been told on our score bug it says spots not sports. That was a glitch. It said sports earlier on. But once again, just a lot of technical difficulties, and not everything saves. That has been something that we have had to work through tonight. It happens, and it will happen as the season goes on. So we do thank you for bearing with us on that end. Third down and 9 for the Bruins. 10:50 left to go in the first half. There'll be a trips right set for Hanover and the offense. Landed on the low snap, will drop back. throws it over the middle. Pass is caught by Brady Devore. It is a big first down for the Bruins, and there come their fans. They are loving the big play from the big returner.
Great catch there. I mean, he's got a defender draped all over his back, but still able to haul it down. Great pass there right into the breadbasket of the receiver.
26-yard connection, and that is one of the biggest plays of the day so far. Brady Devore in traffic makes one heck of a catch. Hit immediately. Padua knocking on the door of the end zone. And they will work somewhat quickly. It'll be 1st and goal at the 10. So the longest goal to go possible from the get-go. Hanover, he will throw. Pass is incomplete. A Bruin went down early, and they will say no PI. Just excellent defense by the Aviators.
Yeah, I just think that's good coverage. One receiver fell down, but I didn't think there was all too much to it.
So now that brings up 2nd down and goal at the 10. We've seen a lot of passes on this drive. Not too much of Weiser in this game.
Yeah, not too much at all. It's been the quarterback running the ball instead.
And now in the backfield, it is going to be Giuseppe. So RB3 moving up a little bit in place of Caleb Shaw Mason. Hanover dropping back on 2nd down and goal. It'll be a screen, and it is picked off by the Aviators. There is the big play in response by A-Town.
Wow.
Do not give Alliance an opportunity to get back into the game. And there it is. They controlled, but not by much, as they had the extra point deficit in hand. You get that pick. That changes this game again.
Yeah, just a little bit too high on the screen pass again. Just over the hands of the running back, and the Alliance defender's right there to intercept it.
That is Sanders, and I think for the 3rd time this week, a broken screen has resulted in an interception. That is really weird. I mean, it happens in the game. That's part of football. But to see it happen so often, very interesting. So that'll be the first pick of the game from the Aviators. Last year, the unit had a total of 9. Jackson has to get rid of it, shovels it to Hawkins, and Hawkins spins for a 1st down. Shiftiness by Jackson and Hawkins.
I mean, very shifty play by Jackson, almost like he was going to get sacked. He had defenders, 2 or 3 of them all over, and kind of just like you said, a little shovel past the here, take this, and ends up being a 1st down.
Kind of running like Lamar Jackson outside the pocket, just flings it away and has his back. That is a big dynamic duo, Hawkins and Jackson. The Aviators were so glad to get both of them back for this season. And they have a fresh set of downs. 1st down and 10 at their own 25. Jackson rolling to the near side. Pass incomplete, intended for Blair. Just out of his reach.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, rolling on the run sometimes, if you're able to set your feet, always a good thing, but kind of when you have that designed rollout to the run and the out route's right there, just a couple of yards away from him and unable to get to it.
As well, for those just tuning in, make sure you stay with us at halftime, as we will be featuring the Padua Bruins Marching Band and the Alliance Aviators Marching Band as well. Make sure you stay tuned for both of those shows. We saw 2 great shows last night by the Normandy Invader Band and the Holy Name Green Wave Band as well. A lot of rock, so Cam, not something that you really are used to listening to.
Well, not as much, but with me being on the radio station, we're 88.3 is Cleveland's modern rock alternative. So definitely heard it a lot last year and going to be hearing a lot of it this year with my 3-hour radio shifts every Thursday.
That is Edwards down for the Aviators. As he is attended to, we will step aside on SME Sports.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Welcome back to Padua Stadium in Parma. 6-0 Alliance on top of the Bruins. 9:32 left to go in the first half. He's Cameron Gazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. If you are just tuning in, jet sweep. Blair will take it, going to the near side, has some room, has the first, and then a little bit more, nearing the 40-yard line. Blair did a great job using his speed, but in the end, also lowers the shoulder for a couple extra yards.
Yeah, I was just about to say that he got the ball and, like you said, took off with that speed, and then right at the end he stumbled upon some defenders, so he said lower the shoulder and got a couple extra yards to it.
And if you're Alliance, if you can be methodical here, moving the ball up the field, make it 12 or 14-0 heading into the final couple minutes of the first half, you have a good launching pad into the second half where you do not get the ball first. Jackson dropping back on first down and 10. Over the middle, pass is caught from 140 to the other. It is a pickup of 20 on the play for Blair.
Yeah, just another great pass there by Jackson right as he hits the back of his drop. His receiver's open. Great ball into him, right in the breadbasket, right where you wanted, and the defender just shaked off right before the catch is made and able to get some yards after catch.
Clearly, Jarrin Blair has been the favorite target of J.R. Jackson tonight. Looking at last year, 361 yards, 2 scores, had the most receptions, but not the most yards. That honor went to Brady White, the now Mount Union baseball player, who had 407. On top of that, he also had 4 touchdowns. Hand off to Hawkins. He bounces off some tackles. He has some room on the far side. He is into the red zone, and he is down at around the Padua 17. Another big explosive play for Ravhan Hawkins.
That gave me some Le'Veon Bell flashbacks. He was waiting right behind the line of scrimmage, waiting for his blocks, set up, waiting for his blocks, and all of a sudden, boom, shot out of a cannon, able to make it kind of around that far side edge over there and get some more yards. So we see it there on the replay, just taken down kind of in a last-ditch effort right before he scored.
And here are the big explosive plays that we have been waiting to see for the Alliance Aviators. It's another first down. Hawkins will take it again, bounces to the left, and he is spun down in the backfield. Nick Kelly, the junior captain, steps up and makes the play.
Very good play. I mean, there were 3 Bruins in the backfield, able to make the first one miss, but not the second 2. Just a good group effort right there from the Padua defensive line.
Nick Kelly, 5'9", 190, 76 total tackles last year, 4 of which were sacks. So he has had a good start to life as a Padua Bruin. Only a junior, keep in mind. After a loss of 1 on the play, that'll set up 2nd down and 11 for Alliance. Ball now on the 18. Jackson looking to throw. Plenty of time as he rolls out to his right. And JR will keep it himself, taking himself out of the equation past the 10 at around the 9-yard line. A good gain on the play by JR Jackson. And that'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, another very manageable 3rd down here, though. Definitely. So it's 3rd and 2. But if they're unable to get it, I could definitely see them going for it on 4th. This is probably exactly where you want to be. I mean, 7:20 left here. And, I mean, with how Padua's offense is going, aside from that last drive and those couple big plays, they haven't really done much. So even if you're unable to get it here, I would probably say go for it on 4th.
Alex Hartman now in the game as a wide receiver for the Aviators. He was QB2 last year on the depth chart to begin. Empty backfield for J.R. Jackson. He will keep it on 3rd down and 3. Cuts back up, and he will have the first down at around the 5-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. Didn't get a favorable spot the first time out. This time gets a little bit better.
Never mind. Didn't even need to listen to me.
And looking at the clock, 7:14. I think the Aviators take more and more time in between snaps now.
Probably. Now it looks like they're subbing in some different sets.
That's Burton and Hartman out of the game. On the near side, I am seeing Tajay Nicholson coming back in. And that could be Blair on the far side. But first down and goal for the Aviators at the 4. Hawkins will take it. And he is going to be in a pile that's still moving. He is close. And he is going to be stopped at the 1. In the middle of the mosh pit, almost got in.
Yeah, huge push there at the end from behind. But still not in the end zone.
And now the question is this a spot that you bring in the fullback Brody fast to run the ball?
I would. I mean, you got a yard, maybe even less than a yard to go. I'd say, yeah, get your biggest guy in there and start pushing.
Or bring in brother Grady, who is a tight end, 6'3", 255. Once again, there's a reason why Coach Dart wants him at Mount Union. There's a big reason why. Second down and goal at the 1. It is Brody fast to the right. Jackson will take it himself. He dives in, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Aviators. J.R. Jackson hucks himself into the end zone, and that will double the Aviator advantage. Leave it to J.R. Jackson to simply jump over everybody to get past the pylon.
Yeah, I kind of waited for his blocks to set up and then started a nice running start up and then great leap as you see it on the replay right there.
Right into the unknown, but J.R. Jackson, he has his first touchdown of the 2025 season. And now he is on for the extra point. Kick is up, and that time it is good, and he will tap up Kam Burton in the process. Both of them loving this game so far. Aviator Nation is loving this game so far. The boys who won their final 2 games last year, they have taken that momentum into 2025, and they are up by a baker's dozen. 13-zip your score as you are watching OHSAA Football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Friday Night Lights is nothing without the band. You just listen to this atmosphere, Cam. This is what you live for on Friday nights. A beautiful setting here at Padua Stadium, but it is the visitors from Stark County, the Alliance Aviators, up 13-zip on the Padua Bruins. We'll talk about it after this kickoff, but a lot has to change for the home team. Jackson will squib it away, more distance this time, and it'll be taken in at around the 15-yard line. Here come the Bruins. It is Devore taking it up the far side, and he will be finally tripped up at around the 40-yard line. A solid return for the senior.
Yeah, pretty nice return, able to follow his blocks there, and still pretty good field position here for Padua. If they're able to kind of play the same offense that they were last drive, could be a good feeling for them, trying to get in those nice sets, a little bit of run with the quarterback, and then good passing sets as well.
Score update from Massillon. It is Glenville up 14-7 on the Massillon Tigers. As for Lutheran West and Garfield Heights, final score, Garfield Heights 55, Lutheran West 8. My goodness, Max Stevens.
Jeez.
Congrats to Coach Stevens on winning his first game as the Garfield Heights head coach in dominant fashion. Hanover dropping back on first down and 10. Screen pass is caught on the near side. And there is a couple of extra yards on the play added on. And that is the first time that we will see Jose Caban get the ball tonight. Caban, this is his second year at Padua, a junior after transferring in from Independence after his freshman year. A total of 2 receptions and 26 yards in 2 years on varsity. We actually got to meet Jose Caban's dad, Jose Caban, at a baseball game earlier on this year at Kent State. A great guy who is in the media industry. So shout out to Mr. Caban, as he was a joy to talk to before those broadcasts. Second down and 6 after a gain of 4 on the play. Handoff, it will go to Giuseppe. And he is going to be stopped at the 46-yard line. And somebody's helmet is off again. That was DJ Geiselman. And Geiselman, the Aviators know him as the big-bodied wrestler. One of the best in their ranks. And there is a big reason why there are wrestlers on this football team. The Top Gun Wrestling Tournament, hosted every year by the Alliance Aviators in January. This past year, the girls wrestling team, they won the tournament. However, for the boys, it was Brecksville. And Brecksville, it was not even close. They dominated. And I mean dominated. Entering the final day, I think they had 315 points, doubling second place.
Jeez.
But yeah, Top Gun, a great competition in the middle of January. Hanover, his pass is incomplete up the field, intended for Caban. But Hanover took a shot on that play.
Yeah, he got blasted as he threw that.
4th down and 4, and it is time for Zolkowski to come on out and punt. We talked about a key to victory for the Aviators being their running game. That has worked out so far. And Padua still looking for an answer offensively. This is going to be a big halftime period for them as they do need to make some good concrete changes. We'll see what they end up doing, but right now the Aviators, a chance to do some extra damage. Good boot back inside the 20 to around the 15. Kam Burton will take it up the field, cutting back to the near side. He loses the ball, and the Padua Bruins have it.
There is a flag, though.
We will run the replay and treat it like Padua ball. If that's the case, what a big break for the Bruins. We will see what the call is. Right now, I do not see Hanover on the field. And he will stay on the side, so it will be the defense coming out. Weird to see what this call could possibly be.
Holding on the receiving team.
So now the question is, who actually picked up the football?
But they say first down Alliance.
Yeah, Hanover's still on the sideline. So I don't really know.
Block called against the Aviators. That will back up.
In the meantime, score updates around the grounds. Valley Forge and North Royalton, 2:59 left to go in the second quarter. They are tied up at 14. The Shoremen of Avon Lake up 14-7 on the Strongsville Mustangs. And then a big one. North Ridgeville up 21-0 on the Eagles. But then you go to the big one. End of one. Olmsted Falls 14. The Mentor Cardinals 7. How about those Bulldogs so far? That is tremendous work from them. I applaud it. And we will see around the grounds as well as we have a lot of good games still to go through. Jackson, he will launch it up the far side for Nicholson. And it is incomplete off of his right hand. And in the coverage for the Bruins, that was Boswell. One of the football and basketball players on this squad. And looking at things, we will have an injury timeout on behalf of the Padua Bruins. So we will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. 4:04 on the clock in the first half. Alliance 13, Padua zip. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Score update from Stark County. An interesting score here, Cam. The Pups of Canton McKinley 8, Warren G. Harding 5. Even if I'm wrong on who wins that game, I did say that would be a scrappy game, and, well, there's a safety in there somewhere. Thank you to Christian Alshire, I would say one of the heads of the Q92 RadioSports.com broadcasting crew, my old boss at Q92. Jackson will take it up the middle, and there will be a flag. And we will see what the flag is on. A lot of flags in this game.
Yeah, you just threw another one as well. I don't know if that's after the play or the spot of the flag.
We talked about a lot of animosity potentially between these teams, and I think it is starting to boil over a little bit.
I believe that call is going to be a holding on the Aviators, so it's going to move them back even further.
But if there's anybody who can get the ball up the field quickly to get out of this situation, it's J.R. Jackson.
Absolutely. We've seen it multiple times today.
After the penalty.
But if you are an Alliance Aviator fan, you have to be really enjoying this game so far. The Dreams start up 13-zip. You're doing better than last year in this game. If you can start out 1-0, then take on Louisville and potentially knock them down. 2-0 heading into Streetsboro. If you lose that game as expected, it's okay. You still have an above 500 record. Jackson running out of time, evades a sack, throws it. It is caught on the far side by Brody Fast, and it is an Aviator first down. J.R. Jackson can do it all in the backfield.
Wow.
What more do you need to say about J.R.? Do we need to bring out the soundbite from Kevin Harlan about Lamar Jackson being Houdini? But just impressive work by these Aviators once again. But J.R. Jackson, he is really adopting the quarterback role, and he has made it his own tonight. So first down and 10, man in motion. It will be a fake. Jackson keeps up the middle, and he is going to be stopped after a gain of a couple. Nick Kelly once again in on the tackle, one of the biggest tacklers from last season. And when you lose a guy like Devin Shaw Mason, the captain of the defense last year, you need to find those tackles from somebody else. And I think the answer is enter Nick Kelly.
Yeah, at least from what we've seen so far today, it looks like it's going to be Nick Kelly.
3:20 and counting left to go in the first half. The Aviators taking their time, a chance to go for the jugular to end this first half. Jackson will drop back on second down and 7. His pass is caught. It is an Aviator first down and then some. Alliance in enemy territory. It's an excellent play by the Aviator offense once again. Once again, Jarrin Blair on the reception. Blair has been the standout of this offense outside of J.R. Jackson. We knew heading in what we were going to expect from the likes of Ravhan Hawkins. But Jarrin Blair, a big question mark heading in, and his question mark has become a pretty definitive big impact.
Yeah, big impact. I mean, big impact, excuse me. 31 yards on that catch and run right there.
But the Padua Bruins fans, they are still in this game, the student section going nuts down below. And the Bruins need their students to be with them right now especially. 2:30 and counting left to go. A couple of guys in motion for the Aviators. Jackson on play action. Up the field, pass caught by Nicholson, and he is in the Padua red zone, past the 20, and they will give him to around the 17. Tajay Nicholson, ever since he started starting for the basketball team back in January, he has been on a tear athletically.
Wow, great catch right there, just using his body and able to come down with that one.
And in knowing Tajay from him being part of our broadcast help during other sports, a great kid, a hard worker, he deserves this right now.
Absolutely, 100%.
Big fan of Tajay. Always glad to have him. Always a guy that can talk a little bit smack with as well before the game. Hand off to Hawkins, and he will get taken down from behind. A nice wrap-up job by Dominic Santoro. Santoro was a running back last year for the Padua Bruins, 6 foot 185. 6 carries, 53 yards last year against Alliance. The issue, he got injured and I think missed the rest of the season. He was looking great, and then when he went down, all of us were just heartbroken for that young man. He could have been the heir apparent, but just like a guy like Jovan Miles Jr., brought into the linebacker core and has been great. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Jackson flushed out to his left, evades a sack, throws it, caught, touchdown Aviators. What a job by J.R. Jackson. There's the flag, and it is going to come off of the board.
Wow.
Houdini. Still, you have to look at that play. How did he get out of that sack? The tackle came around his ankles, but somehow he avoided it. There it is here. He hit him a couple of times on the way down.
Wow.
J.R. Jackson listed as a top 10 quarterback in Stark County by the Canton Repository. And you see why. This is a different Aviators football team from last year. You can just tell something's different. Once again, going back to Coach Patton's favorite term, the moxie is different with this team. They are just so rejuvenated from last year. And yes, the EBC is going to be tough. You have West Branch in there. You have Carrollton in there. But if these guys can enter that 3-2 or 4-1, which they can, after Shreveboro, it's Canton Central the 19th, the week before Akron Owlets. Realistically, you're looking at one of the better teams in the EBC, and for the first time since Zerbrugg left, these guys could be back in the playoffs.
So there's 2 fouls. One was, they're both on Alliance. One was a legal man downfield and one was a legal forward pass, so he must have crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
That's what I thought the initial call was.
Correct.
But for J.R. Jackson, still a manageable spot. 3rd down and 11. Jackson will throw. Looking to his left. It's a screen, and it is incomplete. Hawkins, along with his linemen, get tied up. That is O'Phil in the way. And now it's decision time. Does JR kick it or does JR throw it? Either way, the answer lies in JR Jackson.
Yes, it does.
Once again, the 2K clip, O'Neal in for O'Neal. That is basically the situation right now. I think the answer is you go for it. Take a shot to the end zone. They're going hard count right now. So I don't know if there is going to be a snap here.
Nope.
Not surprised, Coach Goodman, he will call time on the far side. And the Aviators will talk things over. And I do believe that is the right decision. If JR can kick a field goal here, make it 16-0. Touchdown, 2-point conversion. You need 2 of those. It is the largest 2-possession game possible.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel good if they're going to kick this and able to make it. I mean, 2-possession lead, like you said, going into halftime, and Padua gets to the ball when they come out, but you got to feel pretty good about that.
And once again, looking at that Padua Bruins student section down off to our left, they have been in full effect tonight. Very loud, very proud. They might be down by 13, but they are enjoying themselves. It's week 1 of Friday Night Lights. There is nowhere better to be on a Friday night after a week of school. And Cam, where will we be next Friday for Friday Night Lights?
We will be at North Royalton, correct? Yes, we will.
And it'll be the Holy Name Green Wave welcoming in the Gilmore Lancers. 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. Kickoff live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. This might be our only Alliance football broadcast scheduled of the year, but we will have plenty of the Aviators throughout the other sports. 4th down and 11. Jackson over the middle. It is tipped, and it is incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Edwards in and out of his hands, but that was too far out in front.
Yeah, I mean, even if he caught it, definitely still would have been a tough to gain that first down. He was well behind when the ball hit him, but still, very good job by the Padua defense, you know, having that bend but don't break mentality. Alliance able to march pretty much all the way down the field from their own end zone, but they are stopped here when the going gets tough.
And now it is a 1-minute drill for Hanover, minute 14 to be exact. But he has to be careful. Going back to Muniak yesterday, same scenario, $1.06 to work with. That's when the pick 6 came in. Hanover has to be careful here, but the Bruins, they need some big chunk plays. A long field ahead of Hanover and company. 1st down and 10. Hartman off the edge, gets in. Pass is caught, and he is taken down quickly. That is Reed Cervenka on the catch. Excellent job by the Aviators, especially that linebacking core, to swarm him quickly.
He might have got 1. I think they're going to say he gained 2 on the play, but I'm pretty sure that was the screen they were trying to set up earlier. That time finally works, but not a lot of yards to show for it.
And now we do have a cramp from the Aviators, and as the player is stretched out, we will step aside. You are watching OHSAA Football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Brody Fast was the Aviator down on the play, and no surprise, he has been in for almost every single snap tonight. Overall, Alliance up 13-zip. They do not get the ball to begin the second half, so if Padua can score here, that changes the dynamic of halftime a lot.
Yes, it does. They're going to have to move quickly, though.
Not much time at all to play with. 45 seconds and counting. Play action, Hanover. His pass is caught over the middle by Reed Cervenka, and he will be spun down at the 41. And I think a timeout will have to be called by the Bruins.
It is.
That'll stop the clock with 37 seconds left to go, and they have 2 more to play with. Reed Cervenka, or is that really Riley?
Well, I do think it is Reed, but kind of a little flashback to his brother playing receiver there. Just a great athlete, great athletic family there, obviously, as you can see.
They look the same, they play the same. The really big one this summer that we saw was IVL Ventura. You had Carter Palange out there with Reed Cervenka. It was just really weird to see all these Padua last names, and on top of it, Chase Martin instead of Trey Martin. All the Padua last names are used to seeing is the younger siblings.
Yeah.
And that is the changing of the guard that is happening at Padua. This might not be their best athletic year, but come next year, these guys are going to be elite. Baseball, I think they will have a good year again. We'll see them in a couple of months, as I believe they are at the end of Holy Name schedule once again. But we will see what they end up doing. Great coaching staff, and that will help them out a lot. And same with his football team. Even if they do go down tonight, they have shown plenty of good flashes early on in their season. And guess what? They still have 9 more chances to do better. Once again, play action from Hanover. Rolling out to his right. Not much time. He will flick it out of bounds. And that will stop the clock. Heavy pursuit there from the linebacker. That pressure came from Dylan Stevenson, wearing number 23, the sophomore. So the clock is now stopped at 30 seconds. Zolkowski, a good leg. We talked about him in pregame. Get to that 35, and you might have a shot to get 3 points on the board before the halftime break. And speaking of that break, Alliance's band up next after this half is over. Hanover dropping back. No play action this time. His pass on the edge is going to be caught. Excellent job by Devore to drag his toe, get inbounds, and I believe that will stop the clock. 26 seconds left to go, and they are at midfield, but 3rd down and 1. A big spot here. They're playing outside the hashes as they should be. And even more so, at this point, you might want to play outside the numbers.
Probably.
It's a tough call. You need to get this first down first of all. If you have to burn a timeout, you do. But you need that 1 yard here. Otherwise, it does not matter. 3rd down and 1. Hanover takes it himself, has some room, gets a break, and he is up the sideline and out of bounds. They got the yardage. They stopped the clock. And Zolkowski, his field goal range is almost here.
I was going to say, most importantly, they got that clock to stop. Able to get out of bounds. Great run there.
What now, 4 more plays then the kick?
Probably. I mean, you do have the luxury of being able to go over the middle once, and I would say you probably save that last one just in case.
2, you have 2 timeouts.
I know, but I would probably save the last one.
Hanover, it's a keeper again, and he is hit up the middle, and that should be the 2nd timeout of the half for Padua. Coach Kubit, he knows where to position himself right next to the referee, and immediately puts his hands together for time. Not much coming off the clock there. 5 seconds and a pickup of around 4. Maybe not the best play there. It worked so well the first time, so kudos to the defense of the Aviators for making that adjustment on the fly. Well, Cam, your thoughts so far in this game? Alliance clearly in control, but Padua definitely not out of it.
Yeah, I mean, as the sun sets here and halftime approaches, still looks like a very winnable ball game for either side. Like you said, Padua tries to get into field goal range here, and they are inching up to it, but I would say probably at least another good 5 yards would at least make them a little bit more obviously, the closer you get, the more comfortable you're going to be, but only 15 seconds and 1 timeout to work with.
But what a beautiful night here in Parma at Padua Stadium, nicknamed The Den for a reason. And the Padua Bruins fans have been loud and vocal so far tonight. 15 seconds at the 35, so potentially in field goal range. And now a timeout has been called by Coach Goodman on the far side. So each side has 1 timeout left to play with in the final 15 seconds of the first half. Once again, at halftime, we will see both bands, Alliance first, then Padua. Their shows will be live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Once those are done, we will talk about the first half, give some score updates, and give our keys to the game heading into the second half. Looking at our broadcast schedule heading into next week, on Monday, we will be at Marlington Middle School for Marlington and Perry Girls Soccer, 7 p.m. kickoff. On Tuesday, we will be at Minerva for a volleyball game It is the Lions and the West Branch Warriors, 6 p.m. first serve in Minerva. As for Wednesday, we are either going to be at Rock Hill Elementary for Alliance Girls Soccer or at Robert H. Hines Stadium for Minerva Girls Soccer. We will see which one we end up going with. Then on Thursday, it is going to be the Marlington Dukes playing host to Streetsboro, 7 p.m. boys soccer kickoff. Second down and 6, Hanover dropping back, has some time, takes a shot for Devore, and it is caught but out of bounds, and in the end, he does not come up with it.
I think he did, but like you said, doesn't matter anyway, so out of bounds.
I believe he bobbled it at the end.
3rd and 6, Bruins.
So 3rd and 6, 8 seconds, you have one timeout. Get a couple of extra yards, or at the same time, 45 yards out, it might be the hash game for Zolkowski to come on out. And I don't have eyes on him, so I assume he is on the sideline on a hip of a coach, but it appears he is not. He is right next to number 3 for the Bruins, and that is Trey Gasparo, who we really haven't seen tonight. Here we go, 3rd down and 6, Devore in motion for Padua. Hanover, he will run it up the gut himself, has some space, and he will cut to the outside, push down. There is time for a timeout. Coach Kubit uses it, and that was an excellent 1-minute drill.
Yeah, very, very good, and they are going to bring out the kicking unit here.
Caleb Zolkowski, one of the best kickers in the area, but this is going to be a tough one. Now, time called as we do appear to have an injury timeout, and I think that is Hanover. Heartbreak for the senior, getting a shot here, and hopefully he will be okay. But as he is attended to, we will step aside for a brief moment on SME Sports. As we are looking on the field, we do have a correction. Hanover is okay. It does appear to be an Aviator, so we do apologize. Looking where the tackle came.
Yeah, it looked to be him,
from.
and yeah.
But it does appear that the tackler is the one who went down, and you hate to see it. Here comes the cart. So as he gets carted off, we step aside and hear a word from our sponsors.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Mykell Williams was the injured invader, and he is walking off the field with some help. The cart did go up to him, but it appears that he did decline that treatment. So we will see if he is okay to continue in this game. I don't know what the answer is. The next 20 minutes will be very telling in that department.
Yes, it will. It depends on how well he's going after halftime. Most likely. So Alliance does have a timeout remaining. I believe they will probably try and ice him here.
So around a 41-yard kick, as I assume Devore is going to bring the ball a little bit back on the hold. So a 41-yard attempt for Caleb Zolkowski. And this will bring the first half to an end. Hold is good. The kick is up, and it is going to line drive through the uprights. And Caleb Zolkowski puts the Bruins on the board to end the first half.
Wow, very good kick. Kind of, like you said, line drive, almost a knuckler. Not a lot of movement to it, but 3 points is 3 points, goes through the uprights.
Perfect timing, and once again, an excellently executed 1-minute drill.
Yeah, just a great job of moving the ball down the field. I mean, those last 2 drives for Padua were really good. That's when their offense really started to go. Obviously, the pick did not really help, but on that last drive, like you said, in that 1-minute drill, really able and really effective moving the ball down the field.
Landon Hanover able to finally find some rhythm at the end of the first half, but this is still Alliance's game to control. Through 24 minutes in Parma, it is the Alliance Aviators up 13-3 on the Padua Franciscan Bruins. We will step aside and toss things down to the Alliance Aviators marching band as you are watching OHSAA Football on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, under the direction of Charles Page and Nathan Fate, the Alliance High School Pride of the Sky Marching Band. Tonight, the Pride of the Sky presents their 2025 show, Venom. This energetic show explores the danger, drama, and thrill of toxicity through music that bites back. Kicking off tonight's performance, it's time to feel the sting of the 90s with a bold and funky opener. This is Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. poison. But don't relax just yet, the venom runs deeper. Next up, we enter a darker, heavier world of manipulation and control, featuring one of the most iconic metal anthems of all time. This is Master of Puppets by Metallica. To wrap up tonight's venomous voyage, the Pride of the Sky brings you an iconic pop hit with a wicked twist. It's mysterious, hypnotic, and a little dangerous. Here's Toxic by Britney Spears. Ladies and gentlemen, Padua Franciscan High School proudly presents the 2025 Marching Bruins under field direction of senior Matthew Pafford. Tonight, the Marching Bruins ask you to prepare to get your groove on as we celebrate the music of earth, wind, and fire. We begin tonight's show with a bold and dynamic piece that blends funk, soul, and jazz. With driving rhythms and a powerful brass section, this high-energy opener captures the spirit and sophistication of earth, wind, and fire. Please enjoy In the Stone. We continue our show by keeping the energy high with a song that's all about rhythm, dance, and pure musical joy. With its funky bass lines and irresistible groove, this tune invites you to get up, move, and feel the beat as we feature the Bruinettes dance team. Here's Let's Groove. To close our performance, we bring you a timeless classic that never fails to get the crowd singing and dancing. with its upbeat feel, joyful lyrics, and nostalgic charm. It's a perfect way to celebrate the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Get up and dance to Get Away and the iconic September. The 2025 Marching Bruins, under the director of Mr. Mark Wozniak, Assistant Director Miss Madeline Jurek, Dance Team Director Mrs. Lisa Check, Color Guard Director Miss Katie Sutton. Thank you and go Bruins!
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro. No matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. check out our website at nikosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Padua Stadium for the second half of this Week 1 OHSAA football game. Your score, Alliance 13, Padua 3. Padua's Caleb Zolkowski able to hit a 41-yard field goal as time expired in the second quarter and in the first half at the same time. A big turning point for the Bruins as they get the ball to begin the second half.
Yeah, and finally able and on the board. Had a good couple of last offensive drives. The one before that obviously ends in the interception on that screen pass. Obviously not what they were looking for, but before that, a really good offensive drive, able to march all the way down to the field into the red zone, and then some troubles came up, had a little bit of, obviously the interception, not great, but then like you were talking about before we went to halftime, great 1-minute drill executed by the offense, able to get in field goal range, great field goal, and like I said, they're on the board, and they get the ball here to start the second half.
Before we get into the first half breakdown, even more so, we have some scores from around the grounds. We're going to start in Stark County on the Q92 website and go from there. In quarter number 3, it is all East Canton. They have a running clock, 31-0 on the Chippewa Chips. So that is an interesting fare over there. Chippewa had a great year last year, lost a lot of seniors, so that is why they are having struggles. United up 28-0 on the Minerva Lions. We will see them in Week 3 as they take on Akron Springfield, a team that took them down barely last season. As for Akron Buchtel, not their night, down 30-0 to the North Canton Hoover Vikings. As for the Smithville Smithies and Tuslaw, a tight one, 3-zip to score in favor of the Smithies. Going from there, in the third quarter, it is Louisville 7, New Philadelphia 0. Close game there. At the half, it is the Polar Bears of Jackson up 21-7 on Division III Giants Chardon. And then at the half, it is the Pups of McKinley up 8-6 in a high-scoring affair against Warren G. Harding. Then you go to a Portage Stark County crossover. Canton South 16, Mogador Field 10 at the half. The Dover Tornadoes are up 18-7 on the Glen Oak Eagles at the half. Glen Oak looking for a good season. They have had a lot of struggles over the past couple of seasons. The Tar Blooders of Glenville up 19-7 at the half on Nate Moore's... Whoa, I almost called him McKinley. Whoa, almost started World War III there. The Massillon Tigers. Uniontown Lake up 35-13 at the half on South Range. South Range, a Division V Giants. The Marlington Dukes up 7-0 on the Warrensville Heights Tigers. And I just got a score update from Mount Union Sports Director at 91.1 WRMU, Will Moyer. It is Pullen Seminary up 28-13 on Salem, 9:38 in the third quarter. Shout out to Will. Looking forward to seeing him and the rest of the guys again on Monday as we begin a new semester as well. Cam, we see a familiar face on the field at around the 15 near Alliance. It is Joey Kellerman, former Holy Name admissions counselor, and on top of that, a former Holy Name baseball coach.
Yeah, great to see him. Obviously, when did he leave? Our freshman year or going into our sophomore year?
We had him for 2 years.
Okay, so yeah, before our junior year, he had departed, told us he was heading over to Alliance, and honestly, I thought that was probably going to be the last time we were hearing from him again, but good to see him again tonight.
Ran into him last year before the Salem game. That was a crazy finish. We will see the Quakers on October 3rd at Minerva. He's doing good. He had a kid last year. I believe his kid has turned 1 since then. So congrats to the Kellerman family on that. I know my dad down there is going to say, I'm signing Mr. Ronco with all the congratulations and shout-outs. Hoping to get him on the broadcast at some point. But heading into the second half, especially this first drive, what does each team need to do to hold down the fort? For Padua, get back in this game, make it a one-score game, and for Alliance, silence the Bruins.
Well, Padua's got to play like they did those last two offensive drives. and their defense has really got to step up big. They were able to slow down Alliance's offense towards that end before the half, and Alliance unable to score as they went for it on fourth down, ended up in the turnover on downs that led to Padua scoring. But Padua has to keep that offense going, mix in the runs, mix in the passes, but QB has to be on time, has to be accurate. Already the one interception in this game, fortunately for them, did not lead to any points. But if you're Alliance, you got to keep having that stout defense. Obviously, you bend it a little. You gave up the 3 before half. You were probably really tired, though. A lot of guys playing a lot of snaps out there. You're able to go and rest for 20 minutes, and now you're back out here. You have to come out strong. You cannot let Padua back into this game. And then for your offense, you just got to keep going. I mean, obviously, we've seen Jackson all night long, and my, oh my, he has been tremendous. If he's able to play that way in the second half, I feel like Alliance's offense should keep going.
At this point last year in this game, Padua had a running clock on the Alliance Aviators. This time around, it is the start of the second half. 13-3 your score, all still to play for on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA Football presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. As well, stay tuned after this game is over for our Player of the Game presentation presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Cam, 24 minutes left to go. May the better team win. A lot of football left to be played. And with one kick, we will be back underway at Padua Stadium. And here it is, a line drive past the defense. And it is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a favorable start for the Padua Bruins. Unfortunately, J.R. Jackson's strike outside the 18-yard box did not bend to the top corner.
Almost did. Almost stopped around inside the 5 there, but ultimately kind of rolled out of bounds. Almost was a very, very good kickoff. But this is going to be a very, very telling drive for Padua's offense and Alliance's defense. How are each team going to come out? Who's going to come out firing harder? Which line is going to do better? I mean, it's all about all of that.
I'll tell you what, that kick looked like Vincent Kompany's back in the 2018 Premier League season. That long strike outside the box, that beautiful line drive, just did not take a favorable bounce for the Aviators. Now the ball's at the 35 for Padua. They have a good shot to get back in this game here. 13-3. This is manageable. More than manageable, really, for Padua. This home crowd, they are a rowdy bunch, and you can never count out the 12th man at the Den. First down and 10 for the Bruins. First snap of the second half. It'll be a keeper for Hanover. Nice block on the edge, and that'll get him some extra room, and he is past the line to gain. It's a scramble for 11 from Hanover, and that will move the chains.
Great first play there. I mean, we saw the QB keeper a lot of times, probably more than we expected to see going into this game, but we saw it a lot in the first half, so did the Lions, but just like you said, great block there by the lead running back, putting his body on the line for his QB.
And that was Giuseppe with that big block, and you'll see the end of the play there. Hanover just falling over at the right moment, extends past the marker. One play, 11 yards. Padua's offense, they are ready to go. Hanover will keep it again. That time, not so lucky. It is Brody Fast with a nice tackle from below at the knees.
Yeah, had to jump over his offensive lineman on the turf there.
Now second down and 8 after a gain of 2, but 2 carries, 13 yards to begin this second half for Hanover. The QB draw offense, it is working so far.
Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty good start. I feel like their prop may change it up here, or they could go with the QB draw again. Obviously, I am not the offensive coordinator.
We also could see a screen, but the screens, at least so far this season, have been a struggle for a lot of teams. But second down and 8, the back off to the left. It is going to be a screen on the far side. Almost dropped, he still picks it up, and Devore is able to get a couple, taken down in Alliance territory at the Aviators 46.
Yeah, just like you said, nice swing pass, kind of screen to the outside. Almost drops it, has to kind of readjust and hold on to the ball, but still very manageable third down here, 3rd and 2.
Tony Romo-esque on that decision. We saw the vision a little bit ahead of time. But now a big play, most likely 4-down territory for the Padua Bruins. 3rd down and 2 at the Alliance 46. It is going to be Giuseppe to the right of Hanover. Hanover takes it himself, and he is stopped before the line of scrimmage. It is a loss of 1, and the Aviator defensive line is fired up. Hartman and Fast leading the charge. And they're going to bring out Zolkowski to punt. I am surprised on that decision.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe if they didn't have that negative yardage there, it ends up being, now they change it back to 4th and 3, but I feel like maybe if they were gotten a yard on that play, probably would have been a different scenario, but you never know.
And now Alliance will have an opportunity to start with some good field position. Solkowski with a slight move there.
I thought he was going to do something.
Fair catch taken just behind the 15-yard line, and that'll bring out J.R. Jackson and the Aviator offense for the first time in this second half. But I think everybody had a slight heart attack there.
I held my breath. There was no rush, and he had a couple of blockers ahead of him. I think he kind of looked up too, but still punted it away.
But whenever you see that gather move, you think, okay, he's going to try and be Reggie Hodges.
Yeah.
And once again, we make these claims. I'm sure a lot of our viewers do not remember the legendary Browns punter, Reggie Hodges. And I'll tell you what, though, Cam, back in my soccer days, I played with his son, Christian. Good soccer player.
Very, very nice.
And now he is a part, or at least was a part, of PSP, which is owned by now the Strongsville football coach, Jason Trusnick. Hand off to Hawkins. And he is going to grind and get through. Past the 15, maybe to the 17. Modest gain on the play. But I think this is where we're going to see Smash Mouth take over even more for the Aviators. Low-scoring game. 20 should win you the ball game. One more touchdown gets that for Alliance. And I don't think they want to give Padua an opportunity to change their fate in this contest.
Probably not. Like you said, they're probably going to try and be using as much clock as possible while still being able to move the ball effectively.
8:50 and counting. Screen pass caught on the far side. It is Blair once again, and he lowers the shoulder to get, I believe, maybe a yard or two on the play as he kind of angled himself towards the initial line of scrimmage. And now it's 3rd down and manageable but medium here for the Aviators.
3rd and 4, they say.
So now the question is, what's the play call? And I kind of think Alliance will take one out of Padua's book, QB keeper.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, he has done so well all night long. Why not try it?
And you know, JR, he is a baller. He is a guy that will go the extra mile to get the job done. An opportunity for Jackson to show off that side of his game. He does have Hawkins behind him in the backfield. He will fake. Jackson flushed out to the near side. Has a chance to turn the corner. He will. He cuts back inside. He has the first down, and he gets a little extra on top. Give him the 31. It is Action Jackson once again.
And he had an open receiver to throw to. I don't know if he was at the line of scrimmage, but Jackson said, I'll do it myself. Took it anyways.
J.R. Jackson has a chance to be the best quarterback in Stark County this year. You see the way that he controls the game. He is a run-first quarterback, which a lot of people do frown upon. But the way that he plays, he goes through his progressions. He plays like a true signal caller, not a running back trapped in a quarterback's body. And that's a big, big discrepancy. Jackson to throw on the far side. Pass caught by Blair. And he will go out of bounds on his own accord at around the 38-yard line. Gain of around 7 on the play for Blair, who has been the #1 wide receiver tonight for A-Town. And no surprise at all there. Jarrin Blair has been everywhere for Alliance. This wide receiver core, we talked about it pregame, they have a lot of talent. They learned from a great player in Brady White last year, and that really did help them get some momentum down the stretch. Brady's gone. He had the most yards last year. But Jarrin Blair stepping up. Kam Burton stepping up. Tajay Nicholson stepping up. Jackson will keep it on 2nd down and 2. And he is going to be close. And on the initial read, he is going to get the first down. Should be a gain of 3 on the play. And it does look like the ending was a little extracurricular for the officials' liking. But still, they do give Jackson the first down. And he will continue his rampage up the field. But Alliance is taking their good old time. And there is nothing wrong with that in a game like this.
Yeah, clock continues to tick. Now under 8 minutes. I mean, still in the 3rd, but still taking their sweet old time.
Padua does need a stop here. They need something to give them back possession. Hawkins on the handoff, tries to bounce it out to the right, has some room, able to get to the 2nd level, and he is taken out of bounds at around the 47-yard line. Another play that keeps them ahead of the chains. And you said it earlier, that is exactly what Alliance has to do. As long as they can stay a step or two ahead, this is their game to lose.
And on the other side, if you're Padua, you have to make a big TFL. You got to make a big sack. You have to make a big play to try and get them behind those chains.
Look for a guy like Jose Caban to be that guy. Hawkins cuts it up the middle. He has a first down, and he has more. Spins out of a tackle, breaks past the 35, and they will give him the 33. The chain gang getting their steps in early on in this second half, and the Aviators are knocking on the door of the red zone. Just another great play. Hawkins has been tremendous. He finally got integrated later on in that first quarter, and since then, he has been a true bell cow back.
Yes, he has.
And once again, the clock just continues to tick. 6:40 and counting left to go in this third quarter. 13-3 Alliance on top. Jackson dropping back. Plenty of time now flushed out to the right side. And he will sidestep out of bounds for a minimal gain. Almost gets hit at the end, but Padua will avoid the extra yardage. Right decision there by JR to take himself out of the equation. Once again, he avoids a hit. As a guy who plays back-to-back sports with basketball maybe being his primary, he cannot get hit too much this season.
Yeah, and I feel like kind of as the game has gone on, it's been less of Jackson running the ball. They called on him to run a lot early on, and now it has been that bell cow back.
Ravhan Hawkins has been that guy, and you could see him next year if he does commit to Baldwin Wallace. Otherwise, he could join up with former Marlington quarterback Bryson McCord, as he is at Mount St. Joseph in the Cincinnati area. Jackson, he will throw in the flats for Blair. He has it outside the numbers at the 25, where he is pushed out of bounds. Yet again, Jarrin Blair getting involved in this offense. He can go up the field, he can run a route, but he can also be available in the flats whenever he is needed, and he makes a play. Might be a small gain, but once again, you do that math. 4 yards 3 times, that's 12 yards. Quick math. That's
First
ahead of
down.
the chains.
Yeah. But this is going to be a very big play for Padua's defense. 3rd and 5 here. I mean, although if Alliance doesn't get it, depends if it stays 3rd and 5 or whether the down and distance is. But this is still a very big play here for Padua's defense.
And they almost jumped.
I saw that.
And I know Coach Goodman very well. I think his mindset is to go for it. He wants to end this game before Padua has a shot to get back in it. Padua will blitz on 3rd down and 5. Jackson dancing away, somehow gets upfield. He gets to the 20, and now it is a decision of if he got there or not. He does. It's a first down for the Aviators.
Wow. I mean, just the way he scrambles in that pocket is so tremendous.
That's why I play Madden Mobile. Just run around the O-line and D-line and finally get upfield. J.R. Jackson is putting on a show. Cam, this is the first time that you are seeing J.R., but for those of us who see Alliance on a regular basis, this is business as usual for this kid.
He really does remind me of Lamar Jackson, that is. I mean, both same last name, but just the way he's able to navigate in the pocket and still have a very nice strong arm to make those nice accurate throws.
And once again, just like all these kids, he's a great kid. Hawkins will take it over the middle. He is into the red zone, and he will be stopped at the 10, but that will move the chains. It is going to be a long goal-to-go situation, but first down and goal nonetheless. And based on the way they're moving the chains, I think they're not going to give them an opportunity to get another first down. For a second, it looked like they were going to on the spot. That's the difficult thing about the 10. If it's leaning towards the 11, you give them that inch or two of grace. But in this case, it's just goal to go. And I think regardless, they have 4 plays to get into the end zone. On the first one, it's Hawkins taking the handoff, cutting up the right side towards the hashes. He is going to get past the 5, and he is finally taken down at the Padua 4. So a gain of 6 on the play, and I think now you have 3 rushes in a row coming.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I would expect to see. Probably, if not, give it to a big boy, or might even see Jackson run this one in. He already has 1 today.
We'll see what the decision is. A lot can change, and one big play from this Padua defense can really ruin this Aviator drive. Jackson, he will keep it himself. J.R. Jackson, he is at the pylon, and he is in for the Aviator touchdown. Second TD of the game for J.R. Jackson, and that will help out the Aviators' cause offensively. They needed a big play to begin this second half. Why not action Jackson?
I mean, yeah, when just a great player in big-time situations, making great plays.
He has the clutch gene. We go back to the basketball game at home against Northwest. 30 points. He had pretty much the final 10 in a game that we said was over. He won it for the Aviators. He is just that clutch guy. Almost another block. It is. 2 blocked extra points by the Padua defense. Even if they do lose this game, that is something that they can take into next week. And Cam, we might have a scoregami, 19-3. And we thought the Harding-McKinley score was weird.
Still a two-score game as well. 16 points.
2-possession game, as you said. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors as you are watching OHSAA Football on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
Alliance 19, Padua 3 your score. And we have 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. Still a 2-possession game, but it feels like a 3 or 4-possession game the way Alliance has controlled this contest.
It really does, and barring those 2 or even 1 missed extra point, it would be a 3-possession game.
Jackson this time keeps it in bounds. What a kick by J.R. Jackson. And here come the Bruins. It is a great return, and it will finally end at around the 30-yard line. Both sides doing so well on the same play.
Yeah.
But Padua somehow does better. But it doesn't look good now as there is an injured Bruin on the field. Not what you want to see. And as he is attended to, we will step aside one more time and hear a word from our sponsors here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The injured Bruin on that play was Brady Devore, one of the captains. Hopefully we will see him healthy and back in this game at some point. But obviously the main thing is we hope he's okay.
Absolutely.
Even if he misses the rest of this game.
Absolutely.
A little do-si-do by the Padua Bruins offense as they come out in one formation and completely switch to a new one. 5:02 on the clock, Alliance up by 16. First and 10, screen pass is caught by Reed Cervenka. He slips a couple of tackles, and he is down at around the 37-yard line. A nice quick gain by Reed. And there's a flag, so this could be coming back. But once again, the way that Reed Cervenka plays, it is so similar to Riley.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, going to give him an automatic first down.
Forget going back, that one is going forward. But once again, I think you see it too. He is a clone of his brother.
I mean,
just doesn't play basketball, plays baseball.
Exactly. But very athletic family. I already said it earlier. But, yeah, like you said, very, very similar on the football field.
But if Riley is watching, he has the ownership of maybe the best call of all time. The Drew Steyers being sent on skates play in the first half of the Parma Holy War back in 2023. That was just a wild play in its own right. Best of luck to Riley as he begins his time at Lake Erie for basketball. First down and 10 in Alliance territory. Hanover screen pass. It is caught by Caban, and he will turn upfield, and he is spun out of bounds at around the 44-yard line. Modest pickup of around 4 on the play. Belts in on the tackle for the Aviators. Clock continues to run here, Cam. Padua only the 3 points from Zolkowski. They need a little bit more from their offense here, and I don't think we see Zolkowski again in this game unless we're tied because, once again, 16-point ball game. You need 2-point conversions, but before that, you need touchdowns. It's a classic case of looking too far ahead. You need to see what you can do on this drive, execute, and then go to the next. Easier said than done. They will give him 5 instead. Second down and 5. He goes for it all for Reed Cervenka, and he is overshot, incomplete. If he would have caught that, then yes, he would be the clone of Riley for sure. He made a play like that a couple of years ago in 2022 when we were here for opening night of that season. I have been in sports broadcasting for 5 years. This is my 5th high school football season. Every week one, I have seen these Bruins. Don't know who they're seeing next year. I don't care where it is. We might have to make the trip. It's just the weirdest anomaly. The coaches know it. A lot of the players know it. It's funny, but I love it. And I'll tell you what, there might be a big rivalry between our alma mater and Padua, but we have nothing but love for these guys. As they're a fun group and a good group of people. That's the big thing.
Absolutely.
Same with these Aviators. Third down and 5. Hanover looking to throw. His pass. It is high. Incomplete. Decision time. And I think you have to go for it.
I would say yes.
And Zolkowski is going to stay on the sideline. Score update from Poland. It is Poland Seminary up 34-19 on Salem. 2:26 left to go in quarter number 3. Once again, thank you to Will Moyer for that score update. Getting score updates from a lot of people that I know in Stark County. And we'll try and get some Cleveland ones heading into the fourth quarter as the Padua fans hearing these teams might be confused as to who the heck they are. And to be honest, heading into last year, I was too. I said that a couple of times on Q92 and looking at the scores. I did not know, but now I do. Maybe the biggest play of the game for the Bruins. 4th down and 5. And a flag will fly. If this is a false start, that is huge. And I think it is. Grady Fast celebrating. And I think that means Zolkowski will come on out and punt.
Yeah.
There he is. How about that? Excellent job by the Alliance D-line. That is the game within the game.
Yeah, just an unfortunate mistake there for Padua. It's going to cost them.
As you said, just unfortunate for the Bruins. Still some time to get back into this game. But one more throat punch by Alliance, and this one might be done.
Yeah. Their defense has got to come up big.
Zolkowski gets rid of it. It is blocked. And here come the Aviators. It might be a return for a touchdown. Zolkowski, the only man to beat. And he will force him out of bounds. There is a flag, but that was Caden Sanders. He had the interception earlier, and now a big return. But it could be coming right back, and it could go in favor of the Bruins. So now what?
I thought I saw. Did he pick up the? I swear I saw a ref throw a flag.
There it is.
I saw. Okay, so I'm not. Okay, yeah, it's right there. So the snap was low. Puncher bobbled it, and then a line drive kick right into the lineman. Picked it up, and then the return. I'm really not sure what's going to happen here.
And we look at this roster for Alliance. So many returners. It's the newcomer Sanders who is making maybe the biggest impact. I'm impressed by Caden Sanders tonight. And I know pregame you were impressed with his ability as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Could he be a rogue shout for player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville? I think we have our 3 in consideration right now. The 3 that we will interview after the game. The goal is to catch up with the Aviators or the Bruins, depending on who wins. We'll do our best. The issue with Alliance is quite simple. They have an hour bus ride back.
Yeah, they want to go.
We'll do our best to get with them. If not, we will hopefully be able to find them during the school day this week at some point. Be coming there for interviews all the time, and I'm sure with a few strings pulled, we can make that happen. But the goal is to get them tonight, as I think we should be able to hopefully do so. If not, still, Alliance, a great job. They have Louisville next. Louisville, in a small sample size, looking good. Last year it was 12-7. They lost to New Philly at home. This time they are slightly ahead. So they could be on the up and up, even though they do not have an Aljancic under center. And now we're finally getting some kind of explanation.
Okay, so we got holding on Alliance. However, it's still first down Alliance.
Correct. It is after the fact. That's
Correct.
why it's the returning team. As well, score update from Massillon. 19-14, Glenville on top, but the Tigers just scored. As for the Mentor Cardinals, they are tied up at 28 with Olmsted Falls entering the final frame. Interesting there. And shockingly, Orville, a couple minutes ago, this was released, 42-16 at the half on Worcester. Oh, my. And I thought Worcester was favored heavily. Speaking of favored heavily, yeah, the Highland Hornets are up 35-0 at the half on McDowell. So
Jeez.
I think Casey Meister is one heck of a running back. I think we knew that already, but, well, there you go. Oh, and actually, another score update. Xavier Owens gives Massillon the lead. 2019 your score. Going back to Louisville, they're up 17-0 on New Philly. 4:50 left to go in the game. And they are on their way to a 1-0 record. And we could see a battle of 1-0s next week at Kehres Stadium. So we will see what ends up happening there. Still some time left to go. But it would take a big comeback. First down at 10. Handoff will go to Hawkins. Hawkins slips between the hashes. And the pile will stop at around the 38-yard line. And we will see how generous they are on the spot. A good pickup either way by Ravhan.
Yeah, good pickup. Expect to see a lot of him as they try and wind this clock down. Under 3.5 minutes left to play here, at least in the third quarter. I expect the Lions to try and bleed out the rest of this third quarter and as much as they can in the fourth as well.
Another score update. Buckeye up 35-0 through 3 on Cloverleaf. So they're still good. A lot of great games going on right now, and we'll have more score updates when this one is over, and hopefully during the break we'll find a couple of extra ones. Second down and 5. Jackson will take it himself up the middle, slips right, and he is demolished. Around the line to gain. There is an Aviator down. They will move the chains, and it does appear that we will have an injury timeout as there is an Aviator down on the turf as he is attended to by the medical staff. We will step aside here on SmeeSports. 2:39 left to go in the third quarter. Alliance 19, Padua 3 your score. You are watching OHSAA Football on SmeeSports, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, the place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
The injured Aviator able to get off of the field with some help. It's a loose ball. Jackson picks it up after it hits fast. He will throw it up the field. Unreal. Tajay Nicholson has a first down.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what kind of play it is. J.R. Jackson is nuts. What was that?
I don't even have words. Broken play from the start, and he still gets a first down out of it.
Wow. J.R. Jackson. It doesn't matter what kind of play it is. He finds his people. Tajay Nicholson picks up his quarterback. Another first down. Alliance is looking like a well-oiled machine, and I'm sure as their game and New Philly comes to a close, we will have a lot of Louisville Leopards tuning in to see their competition for next week, and they are in for an awakening. Blair takes it on the sweep on the near side, breaks a tackle, and he is down at the 25, but he will get more. There is a flag, and there was a big tug on the back of his shoulder pad. That is probably going to be a face mask.
thought he might have grabbed the face mask.
We will see what the official call is. It could also be a hold.
Holding on Alliance, actually.
So that'll bring it back. Most likely on the established edge. That's probably what happened. Grabbed too much, and that's where the call comes into play. Once again, our next broadcast is going to be on Monday at Marlington Middle School. It is going to be the Marlington Dukes girls soccer team taking on the Perry Panthers. 7 p.m. kickoff live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. That game, just like this one, is in partnership with Channel 1022 Alliance. Make sure you follow them on their Facebook page, which is simply Channel 1022 Alliance. And then on top of that, you can follow Skyward Studio, the production studio house at Alliance High School's Instagram page for more content there, especially from Mount Union intern and my friend, Josh Tovar. Hopefully, we will get to have a couple of games that he calls with me on the channel during soccer season. Josh, another part of the stacked media team at Mount Union. Jackson dropping back on first down and 15. Plenty of time. He will roll to his right, and he will throw that one away. One of the few times that JR can't find somebody upfield.
Smart decision, though, throws it away and doesn't have to lose any more yards than they already lost on that penalty.
As you said, that was a smart decision. We will see what ends up happening down the stretch. But still, 19-3, this game is not over.
It is not. I mean, if Padua can hold them right here, especially already behind the sticks, 2nd and 15, I mean, this is a very big set of downs here for Padua's defense.
And Padua's defense playing better than last year so far. 24.29 points per game allowed on average. It's the offense that's struggling, an offense that averaged 21 last year. Hawkins takes it, and he is down right before the 40 at the 41. And for one of the first times today, it'll be 3rd down and past 10 for the Aviators.
They're down and long.
Looking at the clock, 1:32. Padua could get the ball back with seconds to go in the quarter, and they can potentially get up to like the 35 or 40 to begin the 4th. Yeah, 12 minutes then. You got to score quick, and then you have to get a stop. Worst case scenario, you miss your 2-point conversion.
The key thing is, what do you do here? Do you pass it, and clock could stop on an incomplete, or you run it?
You got to throw, and that's what Jackson will do. He will go up the far sideline. Pass is caught. It is Tajay Nicholson once again, and it is an Aviator first down. Tajay Nicholson is elite for this A-Town offense.
What a ball, too.
My goodness. J.R. Jackson, the wide receiver turned quarterback. It looks like he's played this since he was born.
I mean, watch back in the replay. Padua sends an all-out blitz. Trusts his receiver. He beats his man downfield, and great throw, even better catch.
Once again, he is part of that Career Tech program, the video production one. And he is putting on a show for his classmates to watch, not with the camera, but with the ball. Time quickly winding down, but it will stop for now as that one was taken out of bounds. So 1 minute to go. Handoff to Hawkins, breaks one tackle, tries to get to the edge, and he will be taken down for a loss. Excellent job swarming to the ball by the Padua defense.
Yeah, great job, like you said, on that nice swarm tackle. Doesn't allow any more yards.
Still 12 more minutes after this to go, so make sure you stick with us here on SmeeSports. What a game to end our coverage of Week 1 of the OHSAA football season. Remember, last night we did cover the Holy Name versus Normandy game, so when this one is over, make sure you go on and check that one out. A great job by the Namers as they took down the Invaders 55-12. 17 seconds, high snap, Jackson running back. What can he do here? His pass, it is caught by Tajay Nicholson. Touchdown Aviators. Unreal from J.R. Jackson. When a play is broken, J.R. is not.
We said it already after the one bad snap. Here's another bad snap. We'll watch it back on the replay. Snap just goes well over his head. And instead of, being chaotic, he has a running back block in front of him, finds the open man, and delivers a dart to the end zone.
Tajay Nicholson and Jarrin Blair, that big 1-2 punch, they have taken a big step this year. And once again, Tajay last year, 16 receptions, 233 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's already tied the TD tally. It's a fake. Jackson rolling left, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. Almost there, but it will drop down. Incomplete, intended for Hartman.
That was almost really good. Almost ended up being a pick 2 for Padua.
But wow, J.R. Jackson putting on a show. 9 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. Alliance 25, Padua 3. Once again, Louisville. What are they going to take away from this performance? They had a great game of their own just gone against New Philly. Well, Cam, what's next for them? That's going to be a great rivalry renewed next Friday.
Yeah, I mean, if they're looking at this game, they got to play a very, very tough Alliance team.
And on top of all of that, we have a big score update. Finally, Mentor has taken control. 35-28 over Olmsted Falls. 9:44 left to go in the third. Or in the fourth, rather. But if you are the Alliance Aviators, watching as an Aviator fan, you have to be happy. Special shout out to all involved with the Alliance Sports Boosters. We thank you for your continued support of SmeeSports by posting our links. So many great people there, so many great fans. We have a great opportunity to talk to so many of them on social media. A lot of great conversations and just great talk. They have not only followed Alliance, but also other games that we've done. It's people like that who we love. You know who you are, the ones that have been talking to us on social media. We thank you for all that you have done for us, as that is a big highlight for us every single day. And it looks like we'll have some kind of a legal procedure on the kickoff.
Yeah, they left early. Would have been a good kickoff, too. I mean, immediately hit one of the Padua defenders, but it's going to move him back. They're going to have to redo it.
9 seconds left to go in the frame. If you're Padua, though, I think at this point it's just chuck it up and pray. And you don't want to get there. You never do. But when the occasion calls for it, you have to. And now, after this game is done, my question for you is, what was more impressive, 34-6 last year or this one?
I don't know. It'd be a tough one to call, but we will see what the final is when this game ends up being done.
And this is the final word in the series. They are not playing each other next week. Alliance has picked up a team that is not known to us from Stark County for week 1 next year. That is according to Padua's coaching staff. So we will see who they end up playing week 1. Taking it at around the 15 for the Bruins. Here comes their special teams unit, led up by Devore. Devore breaks a tackle. He is loose on the near side. Time is out in the third quarter, and Brady Devore is into enemy territory. Once again, this one is not over. And it does look like there is an injured Aviator on the sideline, but we will watch this one back. Cam, walk us through it.
I mean, yeah, just great catch here, and then just follows his blockers, shakes off multiple tackles in that skirmish there, and able to use his speed to try and bend that edge, and guess who it is forcing him out of bounds? J.T. Jackson, the kicker, and also, coincidentally, their quarterback.
J.R. Jackson has been tremendous. 3 complete at Padua Stadium. It is Alliance 25, Padua 3.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen that are now gone, and we will talk with you to work out a deal to promote the best of your business and your brand. Padua takes over after a big punt return from Brady Devore. 25-3 your score, Alliance on top. Hanover's pass, it is caught on the far sideline. Good moves, and he is taken down at around the Alliance 31. Nice pickup on the play on a nice throw from Hanover.
Yeah, very good on time and good pickup there to start the chains to move.
And that was Trey Gasparo. Cam, score updates.
Score updates. Valley Forge is currently leading North Royalton 26-21 in the fourth. Marlington currently on top 13-10. Looking for more. Oh, I saw one. Lyric Catholic currently up 21 or down 21-14 to Bishop Hartley, and McKinley is leading 22-12 to Harding in the third quarter.
I had Harding winning that one, but no surprise there. Hanover takes a shot towards the end zone. It's Devore, just out of his reach. Brady Devore almost finished what he started.
So close.
But that'll bring up 3rd down and 4, and a big 3rd down and 4 at that. What's the play call here, Cam?
I'd probably say another pass. I mean, I don't want to say a screen. A lot of screens that we've seen on this channel, a lot of high passes led to multiple mistakes, led to not a lot of complete passes, but I would say you got to get the ball. You got to get the ball in the hands of a playmaker. Could see a QB run here as well.
One of the biggest plays of the game so far. Here comes 3rd down and 4. Hanover, light pass, it's too high, intended for Gasparo, and it will fall incomplete. We haven't talked about Trey Gasparo all too much. He's a junior, but known for lacrosse. 55 goals, 22 assists, 77 points last year, and his head coach, Jacob Pinkar, he is the special teams coach of the Padua Bruins football team and a good friend of the SmeeSports YouTube channel. I feel like you can say that about every single coach at Padua at this point. Coach Brian Ansberry, the boys basketball coach, a big supporter.
Oh, yes. No surprise here. They're going for it.
This could be for the game if you are Padua. 4th down and 4. Hanover to drop back, has some time, runs out of it. Pass is dropped on the far side, and the Aviators get their stop. Coach Kellerman.
That's what I was going to say. Side. Coach Kellerman, good fist pump and all fired up.
And the Aviators have every reason to be fired up. You look at last year, taken down in a big loss on your home turf to begin the season. A rebuilding year. You lost your Division I quarterback, Brendan Zerbrug. He went to Oklahoma, now is at Utah. This year you bring everybody back. It's the reverse of last year. Padua, they had all the returners in last year's fixture, and the result appears to have flipped. Once again, coming in, Alliance were 27-point underdogs. And they might win by 27. Right now, up by 22. They would need a Warren G. Harding first half-esque kind of thing for that to happen, though. But you never know. Jackson looking to ice it, will hand it off to Hawkins. Hawkins breaks 3 up the middle, and he is going to be spun down at the 45. A nice gain of 14 on the play, and that'll move the chains for an Alliance first down.
And more importantly for them, that'll keep the clock ticking.
They would need 33 points, so a 2-point conversion that was successful on a touchdown to get to that running clock. Padua got it last year, and that fourth quarter just was so long. It just kept running.
Another score update. Canfield up 20-15 over West Branch, but only in the second quarter.
I think that one is slightly outdated.
I believe so as well.
Handoff once again, and that will end that play. A nice solid run up the middle. We're going to go and check WKBN as that is their game of the week out there. And we're hoping to find some kind of answer as to what is going on in the Canfield game. Nothing quite yet, but I'm sure we will find out at some point. 2nd down and 4. And once again, though, going back to West Branch, they were perfect last regular season. That'd be a big loss for them. Hand off to Hawkins, running left, doesn't get the edge, and he is taken down in the backfield. Nick Kelly once again on the TFL.
I feel like we've called his name a lot today. We were looking for who's really going to step up on that Padua defense. A lot of seniors left, and Nick Kelly really has stepped up.
41 tackles, 35 of them, or 41 solo, 35 assisted, 76 total tackles in all 14 games last year. And once again, 4 sacks for the junior. There's a reason why Coach Kubit made him a captain this year. He said you can't replace a player, you can fill their spot, and that is what Kelly is doing in place of Devin Shaw Mason. And he was one heck of a linebacker for these Bruins. Jackson throws over the middle, incomplete. Kam Burton gets hit, but luckily he is okay. Just threw it right over the middle, and Burton almost got rung up.
One of the rare incompletions we've seen today, though.
JR has been nearly perfect in this game. But are we surprised? Kind of. The thing with it is, once again, he was a wide receiver last year, moved to quarterback.
And it's 4th and 7, and they're going for it.
That ices the game if they get it, I guess, or they're going to try and do a hard count. Alliance does like their hard counts. Nope, Jackson's just going to punt it.
That works too.
A high school football classic, and it is a beauty of a punt. It'll go inside the 15, maybe even the 10. It will. They will wave it on over to the 10. What a punt by J.R. Jackson.
Very, very good.
And as the Padua offense strolls onto the field, we will step aside on SmeeSports. Alliance up 25-3 on the Padua Bruins. This is OHSAA Football presented by Ledgewood Barbershop.
Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits.
As we come back to Padua Stadium, a score update in the Poland-Salem game. Poland up 48-26 after a rushing touchdown. That Poland offense, according to Will Moyer, is great. We will see Salem, though, in, I believe, Week 7 against Minerva. Hanover looking to throw. Wide open Devore. Incomplete once again. Couldn't get turned around in time.
I mean, there have been multiple plays where there has been a wide open receiver past the Alliance defense, and I mean, just maybe one or two of those catches could have flipped the game on the head. I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
That's just how the cookie crumbles in this game. You can play an excellent game, but if the bounces and the catches don't go your way, it's just not going to be your night, unfortunately. Looking at Padua next week, an opportunity to bounce back against Benedictine before going on the road for their first road game of the year at Bedford in Week 3. Hanover will take it himself as an imposition, and he is taken out at the 35, an ankle tackle.
Doesn't matter. It's probably going to be a hold.
And usually on those plays where improv is needed, that kind of happens. But still a good move from Hanover. Looking at his performance, there have been some mistakes. That one interception, that's the big one. But I don't think this was a bad performance at all.
No, I really don't. I mean, a couple of balls, maybe a little bit too much on him, but I mean, that's going to happen a couple of times. It's just all about he's got to settle down a little bit more, and I'm sure they'll work on it all this week in practice and hope to go even better in the next week Benedictine game.
And the nice thing, Week 3 against Bedford, that's a scrimmage for years. Hanover played against Bedford last year in the scrimmage, and they brought back a lot of people. This is year 2 of the Bedford revival, so he will see them, and that will be a good test for him Week 3. Next week, though, that is going to be trial by fire against the Bengals. Hanover dropping back on 2nd down and 15. Pass is wide, incomplete, intended for Gillespie.
Pass intended for Gillespie is incomplete.
But 8:40 on the clock. If you're Alliance, what is your takeaway from this game? As this has been a good game, but there are still some ways you can improve heading into Week 2 at home against Louisville.
Yeah, well, I think defense can obviously be better, right? Multiple times their defense has just gotten blown past by a receiver. If it weren't for a couple little bit of misplaced throws here and there, Padua could have scored a lot more. And then on offense, I would say just probably clean some stuff up, especially with the snaps.
And I think that is a false start.
I believe so, so it's going to move them back just a bit further.
But I'll tell you what, the Alliance defensive coordinator can take a bow. This has been a great defensive game, and the game plan heading in. These Aviators, they mean business. 3 wins last year. If they can play like this the rest of the year, I think we see them in November.
I mean, yeah, this is a very good-looking team, especially when you have J.R. Jackson as your quarterback.
J.R. Jackson tonight has been a human highlight reel. Do we say better than Nick Nemeth's performance? We will see. Hanover takes it himself on 3rd down and 17, and he will be stopped at around the 10-yard line. Pickup of 7, 4th down and 10, and this could be a spot, depending on what the flag is, for Zolkowski to come in and punt it away.
They are.
Not the night Padua wanted, but a lot of positives. You have to look for the positives in a game like this. That 1-minute drill, not 2-minute drill, 1-minute drill. Perfect. Zolkowski, great field goal. You can build off of that. First couple of drives, you figured out the offense. The issue is they figured out the defense before they can make the adjustments, and that is the big difference. Both defenses were figured out at some point. Alliance, they made adjustments on the fly. Padua, not as many. And I think you would agree that is the biggest point of difference tonight.
Pretty much. I'm not sure what the stoppage was for. Oh, there is a flag right there.
And as well, Alliance Barstool, so much talk heading into this game. Every single day, something was posted. And then on top of that, NEO school memes, they posted a response saying Padua would win. Favored to lose by 27. They talked the talk, and they walked the walk on top of that. It's rare that happens nowadays. But respect to Alliance Barstool, I will give them credit. Whenever they talk, they mean it. And they have proven that tonight. Zolkowski will boot it away. A rich kick. Burton, he will muff it. He loses it, and he is able to pick it up. That is one that he probably wishes he would have let fall.
Yeah.
At least he was able to pounce back on top of it. Tough break there, but Alliance will stay with the football. 7:39 on the clock in regulation. Alliance up 22 on the Padua Franciscan Bruins.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
7:39 left to go in regulation. Alliance up 25-3 on the Padua Bruins. First play of the new drive, it's Hawkins taking it up the middle. Able to get himself to the Padua 37, gain of 7. And that, just like so many other rushes, is a play that puts Alliance ahead of the polls. And it looks like we will have an injury timeout here for an injured player, as he is attending to, once again, next Friday, we will have our 3rd high school football game of the season. Holy Name and Gilmore Academy, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at North Royalton's Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. You can catch all of the action live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. However, before that, 4 games this upcoming week. On Monday, it is Marlington and Streetsboro, or rather, Perry girls soccer, 7 p.m. on Monday. The Marlington-Streetsboro boys soccer game is Thursday at 7. Both of those games at Marlington Middle School. On Tuesday, the SmeeSports era at Minerva will begin as we see the Lions take on the West Branch Warriors, 6 p.m. in a volleyball game. Really looking forward to seeing Minerva in action for the first time as one of our teams. Then on Wednesday, it's a toss-up. Minerva Canton Central at 6:30 or Alliance Canfield at 7. Both girls soccer games. We are still deciding. We will see. But I think most likely, Cam, I'm going to take the cop out here, and I'm going to put it up to a social media poll. Unless it's going to rain. There is no box at Rock Hill where Alliance plays. If there's any chance of rain, I apologize to my Aviator fans. We're going to go and have to follow the press box, and that would be Minerva. That's the only issue with this time of year and rain. But we will have plenty of Aviator athletics as the year goes on. New back in for the Aviators on 2nd down. And it does not look like he got the first down. That is Trayvon Wilkes, the running back in. Wilkes, a sophomore, 5'10", 170. And it looks like they do move the chains. Very close to the line to gain, but Wilkes just did enough. And I think as this game is all but over, it is going to be time just to see a lot of handoffs. And we could even see the backup quarterback, Caden Sanders, finish off his great day by coming in and get some snaps. Wouldn't be the worst idea. Once again, it is going to be Wilkes running the ball. And on first down, he is able to pick up a couple, putting him at his own 43.
Gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd and 7.
To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. No added cost, but it greatly helps out all we do here at SmeeSports. 2nd down and 7 after a pickup of 3 from Wilkes. Jackson hands it off once again. It is Wilkes, and he will get to midfield just behind. They gave him the 49, so it is going to be 3rd down and 1. Very close to the line to gain. Wilkes doing a good job so far, just burying into the center of the field and pushing through.
Yeah, and keeping those legs moving. I honestly thought he got it, but after I saw the spot, they mark him just 1 yard short. I pretty much expect him to do the same thing here, like you said. Heavy dosage of runs. Clock's still ticking as well. Under 5:30 now left to play.
And once again, stick with us after this game goes final. Then we will announce our player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. And I think we have ourselves a pretty good answer as to who that is going to be. Whistles will blow and a timeout is called.
Timeout Aviators.
And it is going to be called by Alliance. Their first of 3 timeouts in this second half. Could this be the changing of the guard to bring in a new quarterback?
It definitely could be, but I would probably say give him the fresh set of downs to do that, just in case anything happens. I'm sure if you're Alliance, you kind of just want to bleed through the rest of these 5 minutes and 20 seconds as quickly as possible, as quickly as you can, while still getting those first downs. So
overall impressive, but J.R. Jackson, I mentioned it, is this better than Nick Nemeth last night? Just the way that he has played.
I mean, you definitely could say there is a lot. They just play so differently. I mean, one's a running back and a linebacker. The other one is a star quarterback and a kicker as well. So,
and a DB.
And a DB, yes. I mean, just so much. They were both such impactful players in both games.
You saw moments ago the Padua student section. This might not be their night, but they are still here, and they are still loud, cheering on their Bruins, as you would expect. 3rd down and 1, 5:20 on the clock. Handoff to Wilkes, and he is, I think, short. And that is going to be the indication. 4th down and inches. And if you're Alliance, I think you go for it and try to get that final set of downs to really end the game. Assuming the result holds, it is going to be Alliance improving to 1-0. It'll be a battle of 1-0s next Friday at Kehres Stadium as the Aviators welcome in their old rivals, the Louisville Leopards. And as I mentioned earlier, Louisville without an L. Jancic. That is royalty for them. Andy L. Jancic Field, that is what the baseball diamond is named after. Tate L. Jancic, a great 3-sport athlete, playing 2 of those sports at Malone. 4th and inches. It is Jackson, and he will dive forward for the Aviator first down.
Jackson on the carry for first down yardage.
That is just J.R. Jackson at his finest. He knows the situation. He gets the yardage, and he lives to fight another 4 downs. And once again, that clock continues to tick. 4:30 and counting left to go. Overall, though, outside of JR, so many other guys to talk about. Who impressed you the most on these Aviators? As we have a lot of guys to talk about.
I mean, definitely, obviously J.R. Jackson. But Hawkins, the running back, done a lot of work tonight. Obviously not him in the game right now, but still very impressive from him.
Speaking of impressive, great work by the Padua D-line, pushing through, and that'll send Wilkes backward a couple. And as well, Tajay Nicholson. He was the other end of J.R. Jackson's improv entendre.
Yeah, just so many great plays from that, and really good by the wide receiver corps today as well.
But J.R. Jackson, you look at the way he plays the game of football, it's Lamar Jackson. We talk about that with Jeremiah Thomas, JT Thomas of the West Branch Warriors. But the improbability of J.R. Jackson, his football IQ is through the roof. And this could be the game that sets him on his path towards committing for football and not basketball. We talked about it last night with Nick Nemeth, football over baseball. This could be one that changes the trajectory of J.R. Jackson. I'll tell you what, if you're a college coach looking at J.R. Jackson, no matter what sport it is, you are going to get yourself a stud. Whistle will blow. It appears that they are going to take Wilkes out of the game, and Hawkins will come back in. So Ravhan Hawkins' day not done quite yet, but the clock does continue to run. No urgency from the Aviators as they have this one wrapped up. Once again, Padua falling to 0-1 on the year. They will take on Benedictine next weekend. Hawkins takes it from Jackson, and he almost broke free. He gets over to the 41, and he was one broken tackle away from not broad daylight as it is pitch black outside, but green. And now 4th down and 3. The Aviators want this one. If Padua gets to stop, though, they got a shot to get the ball back one more time, get something on the board, and go from there. 2:10 and counting around that 2-minute warning. We do not stop for it in high school, but still something to note as our 48 minutes on opening night are almost up. And I think somebody from Padua encroached.
Nope. False start.
Okay. It looked like the way that the play happened, the whistle was blown, and then immediately the Aviators celebrated.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but this near side judge is the one to relay the call in. So
now I think you just punt.
I still think they're going to go for it.
It doesn't matter. JR is the punter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That actually doesn't matter.
I think at this point you just look at what you're given. You like the coverage. You give a cadence. I feel like this is something where you go out there thinking one thing. You might say something to fool them, but then you give a cadence that says, okay, we're just punting it, or okay, we're going to try and go for it. I think that's what you do if you're J.R. Jackson, and I think the Aviators have worked on this before.
They're drilling as much time as possible. Clock's still running, and now another flag. This one, I think it's a delay of game.
And that'll bump them back, and I think J.R. Jackson will punt it away. But I believe that we have one chance that started from the Alliance cheerleaders on the far side. I'll tell you what, if you are an Alliance fan who made the trip out here tonight, you are going to be making that hour drive back home with a little smile opposed to dread of the open road.
Absolutely.
I would say they are very happy with the results on hand. And I'm sure the fans watching on at home are as equally excited heading into a Victory Monday. And whenever you can win on Friday Night Lights, heading into Monday at school that next week, it makes it a lot more bearable.
Yes, it does.
And I'm sure with Holy Name we saw that a number of times. That Victory Monday, there's something about it. You don't want to be at school on a Monday, but you come in there, you have that win in hand.
Yeah, it just kind of just feels better, you know? Feels like the entire school's a little bit more lifted up.
And that is what Athan will have on Monday. Once again, 4 broadcasts next week that are not football. Marlington Perry girls soccer on Monday at 7 p.m. Tuesday, Minerva West Branch volleyball at 6. Wednesday, TBD, either 6:30 or 7, Minerva girls soccer or Alliance girls soccer. Thursday, Marlington Streetsboro boys soccer at 7 p.m. And then our next edition of Friday Night Lights is going to be next Friday, 6:15 pregame. 7 p.m. kickoff at North Royalton's Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium, the Holy Name Green Wave, and the Gilmore Academy Lancers. Previewing that game, Holy Name right now, 21-point underdogs. They gained 10 points from last night. But I think looking at that game, we're going to get a good one. And I think Benedictine will give us kind of an answer as to what to expect, depending on how they play tomorrow at Don Shula Stadium.
Absolutely.
That is the game of the day tomorrow. One of the biggest games in the state all weekend as well. 2 teams who made it far in the regional tournaments. J.R. Jackson will be in punt formation for the Aviators. And with less than 90 seconds to go, he will send that one away, taken in at around the 20. And it is an immediate tackle from Wilkes. So one more chance for Padua. And we will see who they send out as the quarterback. Most likely it is going to be Hanover one more time tonight. And I believe it will be. Trying to see who else they had on the coach's hip. That was Grant McClellan, the other quarterback who I believe was told to be QB3. He may have moved up, but he has been on the hip of his coach all night. Either way, this was Hanover starts. He has some stuff laid out for a good foundation. 9 weeks left to go. Next week is the focus. It's on to Benedictine.
Yeah, I mean, really can't dwell on this one too much. You got to take away the good things from this game. Multiple good passes, a couple, nice plays here and there, but obviously, you got to fix up some of those mistakes. That interception, obviously not what they were trying to do there, but we keep going back to it. That 1 minute drill towards the end of the first half. Great offensive series for them.
Here we go for the Padua Bruins. $120 to work with. Handoff to Gillespie, and he is not going to get much. It looks like maybe right back to the line of scrimmage. And just like Normandy last night, it looks like Padua is going to run this one out. Once again, stay with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. I think we have our man, but stay tuned for after our final commercial break. Hear from all of our great sponsors, whether they be in the Cleveland or Stark County area, and then get rewarded with our player of the game presentation. Around 40 seconds left to play. Seconds down and 10. Hanover, he will roll out to the near side. Pass is incomplete, just too low. Intended for Parker Shade, the senior. Haven't heard his name called tonight until now. This is where you get some extra guys involved. This is the perfect time for those fringe guys to make a point as to why they should be in the starting rotation. That's the beauty of what people call garbage time. If you're a guy that's not playing, this is, as Shadur called week 1 of preseason, your Super Bowl. Put it all out on the field, put it all on the line, and see what happens. Potentially the final play of the game. Gillespie takes it and doesn't get much, as once again the Alliance Aviator defensive line swarms. It'll be 4th down and 10. The clock continues to run. And Padua is going to walk to their sideline, and same with the Aviators. And that looks like it is going to do it. The Alliance Aviators avenged their week 1 loss last year at Kehres Stadium by taking down the Padua Bruins by a final score of 25-3. The fans who made the trip, they are enjoying this one. Officially, the clock hits 000. Coach Tim Goodman coached a good one tonight, and his boys are one step closer to making it back to the playoffs for the first time since the 2023 season, and that officially sets up a 1-0 versus 1-0 battle next week against the Louisville Leopards. 25-3 your final score, Alliance over Padua. One final commercial break, then we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Here at Ledgewood Barbershop, it's the little things that count. From the moment you walk in, we want you to feel at home in a great community. Our barbers know how to serve our customers and make them love their fresh cut. Visit us today at 17100 Royalton Road in Strongsville, just across the street from the mall. Or call us at 440-238-5105. We know that once you stop in, you'll keep coming back. Ledgewood Barbershop, your next haircut awaits. Gyro, Gyro, or Gyro, no matter which way you say it, The place to get it is Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton. From traditional lamb to beef, or even BLT and blackened salmon gyros, Nico's has just about everything. Dine with us today at 12766 Royalton Road in North Royalton. Check out our website at nicosbarandgyros.com or give us a call at 440-237-6456. Join us for the next big game. Your taste buds will thank you.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Padua Stadium, 25-3 your final score. The Alliance Aviators take down the Padua Franciscan Bruins. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Twitter, you'll get this one first, as it is J.R. Jackson, 2 touchdowns, so many great throws on broken plays. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a mini Lamar Jackson at the high school level, you found one with the same last name.
Yeah, I mean, just so tremendous. We saw it multiple times today, like Smee said. As the play breaks down, he didn't panic. Instead, he kind of set his feet, looked at his reads downfield, and just made 2 immaculate throws. I mean, multiple times today, just at the end of his drop, immediate balls out right in the hands of the receiver. Just a great quarterback, and then on top of that, great runner as well. Great job putting his head down, using his speed, getting those first downs for his team, putting his body on the line.
And those are some jumping jacks from the victorious Aviators as they win this one by a final of 25-3. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. There is no cost, and it greatly helps out all we do at SmeeSports. We have a couple of social media goals. We want to get to 5,000 subscribers in the SmeeSports YouTube channel by the end of the year. 4,000 on Instagram. We want to get up to 500 on Facebook, 1,500 on Twitter. And that should round things out. So go follow us on all of our platforms to stay up to date on all the games that we are doing and all of the media that we do. 4 broadcasts that are not football next week. Monday, it's Marlington girls soccer against Perry. Tuesday, Minerva volleyball. Wednesday, either Alliance or Minerva girls soccer. Thursday, it's Marlington versus Streetsboro boys soccer. Then our next edition of Friday Night Lights, it is the Holy Name Greenway playing host to the Gilmore Academy Lancers. That game, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium at North Royalton High School. As Holy Name will look to take down one of the better teams from last year in Division III in the Lancers. They play their first game tomorrow evening at Don Shula Stadium against the Bengals of Benedictine. But that'll do it for our coverage here at Padua Franciscan High School. Thank you to Kevin Lay, the athletic director here at Padua, along with Coach Kevin Kubit for allowing us to broadcast the game and for their continued support of SmeeSports. It maybe wasn't their night, but their community showed up and showed out and showed true Bruin pride. It doesn't matter if they win or lose. These guys are always class acts. That is a Padua guarantee. He's Cameron Gazzo. I am Nathan Smee. My dad, David Smee, was on the camera tonight, and this has been OHSAA Football on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, presented by Ledgewood Barbershop. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.